You are now listening to the Sae Bae Cast, the #1 old school RuneScape podcast featuring guests from all across Galanor. To support this podcast, visit the Patreon link in the description.
All right, welcome to the Sae Bae Cast number 46 with Travis 42. Yes, we're 4 casts late. Should have been Sae Bae Cast 42 with Travis 42, but of course it's 46 with 42. So, what up, Travis? How you doing?
Great. Yeah, I think I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't the 40-second cast, but maybe 142.
Yeah, we could have waited
If it
another
goes
like
that
90
high.
some. So, for those listening, we've already talked for like 2 hours basically before the cast. We just could not get the ball rolling to start the cast, but we're finally here.
Having
Very
so much fun.
Very, very excited to talk to Travis. So I guess I'll just kind of like move. So we were talking. I'll just bring this up right now. We were talking. I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments about Sae Bae Casts. I get comments here and there. People love the long form conversations, but at the same time, people don't really like the long ass introductions of people and their life story, which I totally get. And I kind of want to start straying from that to not have it go for so long, the introductions, because I will totally admit it's not as interesting as just getting into the juicy topics that you guys want to hear. So I am aware of what you guys are saying. So Travis, I'm going to ask, what's your life story, man? No, I'm kidding. So Travis, I want you to briefly introduce yourself and kind of who you are. And yeah, get it going from there.
Yeah, right. So basically, I play an Ironman that I just hunt all the best PVM items in the game, basically. I just want to have all best in slots. I don't want to ever go to any boss or anything like that. And I'm like, oh man, I don't have the arcane, or I don't have any other
You have
best
too
in
many
slot item or
spectrals.
anything. Yeah, right. I think number 6 coming probably during the cast.
Please
By the
don't.
way, during the cast, I'm killing Corp and I'm really dry. So if I end up getting the arcane, that would be pretty special during that. That'd be pretty cool. But in general, I just I'm part of the Solitary clan, PVM clan, Ironman only, and yeah, I'm just another guy who plays a lot of RuneScape.
Awesome. So I met you from your stream, and I met you before you were on the rebuild. So I guess we'll just kind of go into that. And I mentioned this in my stream, actually, that we were going to talk about this, about how people feel like they're done with the game. And then like a couple weeks later, they're like, oh shit, I'm still addicted.
You never quit
I'm
RuneScape,
actually still addicted. And I didn't realize it at the time because it just felt like. So I want you to
Yep.
talk about that because so many players can relate with that.
Right. So, I mean, personally, I think we all take a lot of breaks. I definitely have done more than one. But this one in particular, I felt like, if it's really going to succeed this time, if I'm really going to quit, there's no way if I were to drop everything on my Iron Man, I would ever do it again. Like, you get your Warhammer on your account and you're just so happy. You're like, oh my God, I never have to kill a shaman again. And like the thought of ever going back, you're like, I can't do it. So I thought that's the only way. Put it all on my main account because I don't care about my main account at all. And like, I'll just go staking and screw around with it. And just if I ever wanted to play again, then I could just go like buy whatever, do whatever, just in case that if when I came back, maybe there's all new items and stuff, which we're seeing with Next now. So I just held it on that account and I still own a lot of the money and everything. But at one point I did 1+1 Nightmare. And on my other account, I bought full Inquisitors and stuff, and everyone can know now that Inquisitors has dropped a ton, so I lost a lot of that money. But regardless, I thought dropping everything would really do it, and I wanted to just do the autumn elegy trick, man, just get straight into the gym and stuff. I mean, I was not extremely overweight, but going through high school and stuff, I was a sporty kid. I played lacrosse, stuff like that. It's in good shape. And then after school, when I went to college, had a job, had a girlfriend, I kind of like went out the window a little bit. So I figured, you know what? if I felt like I wanted to play the game more than working out or any of that stuff, where I made excuses, that one in particular, instead of like going, I would make an excuse like, no, 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 like I just want to play RuneScape. Like I felt like that was a big deterrent.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. And, you know, after a long time, I realized that it was a mistake because if it's something you truly like have like a passion for or love to do, there's nothing wrong with having that in your life. I mean, yeah, there can be unhealthy amounts of it, but I definitely have nowadays found a happy medium. And yeah, I do regret it, but at the same time,
Definitely a huge learning experience.
yeah, I would
And
never do it again.
that,
I hope.
yeah, like I think, I've had times, luckily I've never done it on this account, and I understand burnouts enough now. I feel like when people have like a super big burnout, they realize like, okay, this is different than my previous burnouts. Like, I don't want to play this again because, you're depressed in the moment, or you realize, this is taking over other aspects of my life.
Yeah,
And
I don't
then,
want to say it was nothing with depression, but just more like a new chapter, I guess
yeah,
you would
yeah,
think.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, but like just kind of like you kind of like take a step back and like, damn, I played this game a fuck ton. Like maybe I should.
Yeah.
But
The
the
age old, like, oh, if you did a minimum wage job, you would have made all this money.
you could have learned 5 languages, at 2 successful careers,
Yeah.
and multiple wives, or maybe not that far.
It's
But
probably somewhat true.
but for real, like, you just gotta log out. Like, just log out,
Yep. Take a break.
take a break. The game will be there when you come back. Did you know? I actually used to think. I think a lot of people probably thought this, but when the farming skill came out, I thought that if you didn't farm it quick enough, they would all die. Like I thought your
Oh my
shit would
God.
die. Like did other people think like, I don't know if you thought that.
Oh,
Like,
I definitely didn't do any farming as a kid.
well, yeah,
Did
not as a
do
kid,
that
but
skill at
like
all.
I'm talking about like old school when I got into it. Like I finally learned how to farm, but I thought like if I didn't farm it within a certain time period, they'd all my plants would die and stuff, my herbs and
Right.
stuff.
The only reason I ever got into farming was people was like, "Oh, that's how you make money. You plant renard seeds and do that." And then I would do it and it would die and I would lose like 30K and I'd be upset.
All right, so we did have a new blog today, by the way.
Huge.
Next, and I made a ramble on it this morning. For those, a lot of you probably listened to it, and I got a lot of feedback. I saw a lot of things on Twitter and stuff, and overall, I'm pretty happy with where they've decided to make changes. So I'm gonna actually just pull this up, and we'll kind of talk about it. So, Travis? What are your thoughts on next rewards, the updated rewards?
Okay,
And
so initially, I'm definitely part of the Torva gang. I was really thinking it's time. It's been like, 8 years plus. And I felt like Ancestral was the newest, like mage set and everything that like it didn't really make sense. And Virtus, it really didn't excite anyone. No, I swear I didn't see anybody that was like, oh, this is super cool or anything. But Torva, everyone's got talking. So, I mean, we need that excitement back. And I think this is a good start.
did you?
And I'm happy about it so far.
I'm curious. Did you play back when Torva and Nex were
I
released?
did, but I was never near
Okay.
that kind of gear
But
ever.
but you knew of it, and like, so I just have a question because I know some people are like, I think the armor looks like dog shit. I'm
Mm.
trying to just embrace it because that's probably what it's going to come out to be. But is that armor like, some people say I like the way it looks because that's nostalgia for me and that's when I used to play. What do you think about the look of it? I know people have already said like you're skipping leg day based on the picture. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
that pulled up. That could probably be it
No,
slightly
I
adjusted.
don't. I definitely don't love it. Again, I never owned Torva back in the day. I never killed Nex back in the day. So I don't have nostalgia in terms of the fight or anything like that. But I am looking at the picture of it, and it captures the moment it felt like the game was changing, in my opinion, with like pre-OC and stuff, that like this kind of design aspect to me was not to say the downfall of RuneScape because everybody liked Next and stuff, but this kind of design I don't like as well. I would like to just see Bandos kind of. I just love how Bandos looks. Like, just make Bandos even cooler. Like, bro, give me like some like wings on it or something. Like, I don't, maybe not big wings, but like I don't know, some like I don't know, cool addition to it. You know, like I don't want this like purple gem on my stomach. Like you said, the Dragonstone armor, like it
Yeah.
really does kind of
Yeah.
embody that to
So
me.
like I'm looking at. Okay, let me just pull this up real quick. This is Bandos armor, so I have it pulled up on my screen. Like, you look at Bandos, yeah, it's more detailed than a rune plate body, you know? But there is
Still.
something so much more simple. Like, the design is so much more simple than this. Like, it comes back to that fucking Dragonstone armor. You know what? I'm going to pull that up as well. I don't want to... Here, I want to give people, like, a direct comparison to... Like,
You know,
what
I actually
the
see it.
fuck is this? Okay, first of all, this is like out of control bad. Like next or Torva's not this bad, but like, bro, what am I looking at? Like it's something with the shading. Like they start kind of going overboard with like the shading sort of, and like there's too many polygons. I feel like I don't know if that's the right like term to say, but then you got Bandos, and it's just things are one color. This is all one color. This is all one color. It's just like it kind of shades into it. It's not like there's like shading on it. Whereas you see this and it's like the shading is like sharp edges. Again, I'm not an artist, so I can't really like describe this completely, but you guys see what I mean. I think they could, again, people have nostalgia toward this armor, but I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of cosmetics and how stuff looks, and this I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't look
like,
super awesome.
Yeah, like it could still have this design. You just gotta like lower the polygon count, I feel like, and make things not look as cartoonish and sharp. I feel like there's too many like sharp edges and stuff. Again, I'm probably not describing it well, but I think if you're listening, you know kind of what I'm talking about. I don't know how. I would love to see an artist like kind of recreate this in a more old school feel, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That is a good point you brought up. That it's almost like this was the start of a new era for RuneScape when it first came out.
Yeah, like the armor of it. I mean, Nex had like the 3 armor sets, and they all kind of like had the same kind of color scheme and everything. Which the purple is kind of cool and everything, but I don't know. Like I just I feel like we take so much from RS3, and like this has just got to be one of the last possible things that they could do. But like I just feel like at this point it could still be called Torva,
Yeah.
or even just a new name. But like imagine they just came out with the blog, and instead of Torva, it was a whole new cool armor set we've never seen before, and it just looks sick. Like I just feel like that would even increase the hype more.
Yeah, and it again, like you just said, it could still be Torva. This is seriously just my own issue with thinking it looks bad. Some people think it looks great. And but yeah, we'll kind of move on from how it looks. But what do you think of the stats? Where like this is what really matters. So
one last thing before the stats is that so they put out these pictures of like what it looks like, but like I just wish they would like show like some sort of like little just small clip of them like actually wearing it in the game, like instead of just like I don't know, like just a little like,
maybe with
it.
like primordials as well, and like every other
gear.
gear.
Like a full on like max melee set. Like I think that would really like help showcase it. But the stats, I mean, as soon as I started scrolling down and I just see the Torva full helm with +8 strength, I'm like, oh my god, they're full sending it. Like they're just going for it. Oh man, I think it's great. They didn't go in the direction of like the HP stuff, which I think that's what scared people. And this is exactly what I was looking for. I said just, bolster up the strength and stuff, and don't do the HP stuff, and I'll probably just be happy with it. So I think they nailed it.
So yeah, no, I think they did the stats perfectly, so like nobody can really complain. If they had kept this helmet at 6, which I would have probably preferred, then people would have an issue like, oh, this is best in slot. The other thing comes from a basilisk.
Oh yeah.
So
no,
like,
it had to have been better than the face guard.
I think they nailed it. just +2 on everything, and there is no passive effect. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's no passive effect, right?
No passive. I am
I
interested to
like
see
that.
the stats on the helmet defensively against the face guard. I don't know the
Oh,
face guard's defense, but I don't think it's near that. Torvo
it's
seems like a
yeah,
big upgrade there.
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, this is plus 36, 34, 38, and this is 59, 60, 62.
It's like a 20.
It's pretty.
Meanwhile, I'm sure the chest plate and
It's
legs
like
aren't
25.
that difference compared to Bandos, but I haven't looked at the numbers.
Yeah, it's
Um,
this armor is fucking good, which I am happy about. I'm happy that we have good armor. The other thing is like somebody brought up a point of like they think plate body should always be better than plate legs, and he mentioned something about like plate body should always be better than helmets too, but I disagree simply because we have a Slayer helmet in the game. Helmets can kind of like be the best in slot strength out of the 3 components, like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how the game has kind of been going, is where like helmets just have higher strength than everything else.
You're right, but I feel like the melee helmet is always so much better than like the range and the mage helmet. Like mage did get the hat, which helped, but like
Yeah.
Arma helm is so much worse than like a Torva
Yep.
helm in comparison. Like
Yeah,
that.
there's issues. Like there's clearly like imbalance with a lot of stuff, and again, it's old school RuneScape. It's like
It's never gonna be perfect like
you
that.
can never please everybody, and even if there was to be a perfect rebalance, who are you pleasing? You're just pleasing the perfectionists like me. Like going like a full rework, making the game like unrecognizable. It's like, ugh.
I was wondering if they were gonna do more of that after the range balance. I was like, are they gonna look at more weapons? Because I remember you were talking about the Elder Maul. Like the Elder Maul, like I guess some PKing scenarios maybe, but like
Yeah,
outside of that,
there's just so much to this game that's like imbalanced. But it's just like, I don't know. You just gotta deal with it. But yeah, like it really is weird that out of the combat triangle, melee helmets are always just way more worth bringing than their counterparts, like a mage helmet switch or
yeah, always.
especially a range like Arma helm. What the fuck? Like, what are you even doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So it would be cool to have like more of an option there, but we'll see it in the future probably.
Yeah, Raids 3. I mean, I really think they'll change the low life mechanic, hopefully. And it has a helmet now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it will have a helmet, and that update, that blog update's probably going to come in the next few days. Looks like maybe next week, but I think it actually might be coming in the next couple days.
you know what this reminds me of? When Raids 1 was first coming out and the blogs were coming out, dude, they were doing like Elder armor, twisted armor, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like now it's finally like coming out, that stuff. Which I wonder if it would have came out back then. What would have happened?
I think I okay. So I try to like look back in the game's history. Like Zora came out, and it just like was crazy because like there was like it was like the first boss that like came out that they designed, and it's like best new range weapon, best new mage attachment to a
Yeah.
weapon, best new
Just all
helmet,
best in
like
slots,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah, just crazy. And then raids came out, and they were literally pretty sure they were planning on coming out with like 21 items from that shit. Like,
Dude, there was 4 armor sets. There was 2 mage sets. There was one that was based on accuracy and
really?
ancestral that was based on damage. Yeah. It was literally called Kodai, I'm pretty sure. It
Yeah, I
might
didn't.
not have
I
been
thought.
called
I thought.
Kodai,
I thought it
maybe.
was Kodai. I thought that was the thing they were trying to pull. I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the easier one to get, while the ancestral was supposed to be like, quote unquote,
Interesting.
like the mega rare one.
I just think like now we're at a time where well here I'll ask you this. What do you think about like how many items should come from a new boss? Like let's think
Ooh. I would say
TOB,
it depends
Nightmare.
on the tier. So like next having all these items is fine, but I don't know. I don't know how you do like other bosses, because like if you have a low amount of uniques, they need to be best in slot or have a use, or else it ends up like Grotesque Guardians, where you have that upgrade to like Bandos boost to make Guardian, and like no one uses that, so like that thing's worth like a mil or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't have that big ticket item. Everybody talks about Cerberus, like it drops 3 best in slots. So of course, like it had a good drop table for that because
Yep.
it drops best in slots.
I know people are like, why are people have an issue with Nightmare. They thought Nightmare should have just come out with Inquisitor's armor and the mace, nothing else. I think a sweet spot is about 6 to 7 items, to be honest.
But like I don't
with,
know.
like,
So
big
the
updates.
staff and the orbs are kind of just like hand in hand though. Like
Yeah, and that's why I
it
kind of
seems like a lot,
disagree.
but
I think first of all, those orbs are like the fact that the Heka is coming out, that new wand, and the
yep.
new offhand for the word of Elodinus, like, bruh, the harmonize is
So
dead con. I don't know.
I could be wrong, but what I'm hearing is that if you're not boosted mage level, then the tome and the harm is actually like almost the same. But now that I'm thinking about it, you can't use thralls. So maybe it's
Yeah.
just
And it's just
irrelevant.
more difficult because you can't even brew up during it. Like, you literally have to go back to your auto
Oh,
cast after brewing with a harm. Just like so
shit,
inconvenient.
yeah. And just I mean, we're not even bringing up like the pages.
Yeah, no.
Those are ridiculous.
It is actually really cheap for mains though. Like, I think the Heck is also going to be very cheap. But when you were like comparing a Sanguinesti to a harm in the main game, harm is so cheap. Like, one Wrath rune and like, a 20th of a burnt page per cast, whereas like 3 blood runes is like 1,000 GP at least to cast.
Yeah, but the healing of the Sang, I mean,
Yeah.
that is just so good. Especially if they ever made like ways to boost mage level even higher outside of raids. That's where like Sang and stuff gets kind of scary.
Yeah. I really do wonder what they're going to do. Like, Eldritch never really seemed to have a place. It's just Eldritch kind of seems like shit. Volatile and harm. Okay, volatile's pretty shit outside of like PvP. And I understand these have a use in PvP. Eldritch just feels like the outlier though. It's like,
I think they still use 55% spec.
yeah, for volatile? Yeah, it's
I
55.
think for both. And like it just
Eldritch as well. Yeah.
why do they do that? They literally just don't want you to be able to use 2 specs in a row. Like I don't know.
Volatile I understood because of PvP, like being able to just whack 2 of them, like,
But you can do that with
whenever you want.
AGS, so like I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Mage always gets shafted a little bit. I guess the range of it, being able to do it from far away, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, Eldritch felt always like shitty. I don't know. I don't have an Eldritch, so I've never used it, but
Me either, and I don't really know where I'd use it. Maybe DKs? I don't know.
I genuinely
Like,
don't know. I'd rather just use an SGS at that point.
yeah, I guess so, right? Which I don't know if this new godsword. I know we didn't get to it, but like I don't
Yeah,
know if
let's
that's like just a replacement for it.
let's skip over Zarite real quick and let's talk about the new God Sword. They made a little change where instead of if the person that's being attacked doesn't move 5 tiles away from where he was hit with the spec in 8 ticks, he gets hit a 25 guaranteed. There's no way to dodge it, and the healer's always going to be healed 25. That's what it appears to me.
So like I wonder if that's just like better on average than an SGS. Like why would you use SGS over that? Like in a PVM situation, I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think people keep saying like this God Sword's like meh. Well, first of all, I think God Swords shouldn't be like insane, and I'm actually really glad that this one doesn't feel OP, where the other ones are just like, well,
Yeah, it didn't make the other ones irrelevant.
yeah, like there's already like Zami God Sword's barely ever used anyway, but like
Yeah.
I'm glad that this isn't like, oh, combine. I know somebody was mentioning in the comments of my ramble, it's like, this is the perfect opportunity to combine all God Swords, make some super weapon. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that would be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Every single item from next has to be combined with stuff that might get a little bit too ridiculous.
Yeah. I think this is good. Like, I think it's a really cool concept. It's like a mixture of I don't know. Like
You have to hit to get that effect?
Yeah.
Like
So
with your initial hit? Oh, you do.
if the special attack hits, it deals a normal attack with 10%. So it's already like an SGS. But that first hit's not healing you. That's true. First hit's not healing you or healing prayer. But if you hit at all, even if you hit a 1, you're guaranteed getting healed 25, basically, in a PVM encounter, because the monster's not going to run away 5 tiles,
Right.
So
It seems solid like that. I mean, not the craziest thing in the world.
yeah, I think it's just great. I think it's a cool little like I'd probably use it as Arachnus. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just get a big hit in, get like an SGS sized hit, like a 70, and then on top of that, it's gonna get hit a 25 right after. Like, wow, like it's pretty good. I don't know. Like, I think claws are slightly better, but like this is still decent.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I mean, claws a lot of the time just being a fast weapon and always smacking like 80. It's just too good.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I'm trying to think of situations where this would be like really good, but it's just decent. It's really good. Especially if you don't have claws, it's like this is amazing.
It kind of sucks that I feel like Jagex is really limited with a lot of specs nowadays because of the alting meta with a lot of mains. Because like imagine they made this like absolutely crazy, and like already you have people like transferring spec all the time to mains. It just feels like that's what they do a lot of the time. And yeah, if you make a really powerful spec in an area you can get back to really quickly, it can be crazy. But I guess claws are kind of like that item.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know. I think the game's pretty damn hard to balance with all the like crazy like heal other and spec transfer and all this shit like that. I just haven't played a main like that. I was watching Lucid Dream stream like yesterday or something like that, and he was just doing like a Dust Devil task, having 3 or 4 alts just running him spec transfers over and over. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like,
yeah,
the fact that your main account could just sit here constantly be bulwarking at any task in the catacombs.
You've seen the XP rates they're getting with the bulwark. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
500k plus an hour with attack. Like, okay,
but okay. I'm still, if that's how the game's been, and so like I understand that's the main meta. I'm really glad that like I don't know. I'm kind of glad I'm an Ironman in a way because I'm like,
oh yeah,
bro, if you're not doing this, like, what are you doing? I would hate to almost feel obligated to have 4 alts with me at all times slaying like any multitask. Like as fun as it would be, like, bro, it's crazy.
Especially if you're doing it all yourself. I mean, I don't know about you, but I absolutely despise playing on more than one account.
I agree. Not all people think that way.
No, I know. And a big, huge thing used to be like alting for like chambers. Even like Ironman, you'd go in, you do like a 2+1, you and your buddy, and you would have someone alt in and like make the chest. Yep. Bro, I couldn't even do that. Like I was just nah,
I'd get a headache. I wouldn't enjoy raids at that point.
I didn't.
And I know that like we're totally switching topics here, but like that was always a reason I loved Ironman was you do everything by yourself. You don't use other accounts. You don't associate with anybody else. You're muted. No, but like that's what I liked about Ironman. And so when they started like going down the path of like the game was losing a lot. Ironman mode is losing a lot of integrity. Again, players can disagree with this. My own opinion was I really didn't like the road that Ironman was going down, where it was becoming more like main man mode, just alt everything, abuse everything. Like that's not why I enjoyed Ironman.
That's coming back actually recently, not to bring light to it, but I've seen a couple of Ironmen abusing some sort of like, I don't know how it works because I thought it was supposed to be that like if another player's in the room and the boss hits them or something, I thought they weren't supposed to get the drop, but I've been seeing Ironmen like have their main account at KQ, and it tank KQ hits, and they're getting the loot, and I don't get what's going on there.
Yeah, they did like a manual thing, like they went manually through monsters and stuff of like I don't think it was an automatic process where it's like, okay, every single monster now does this. I think they just pick and chose which ones. So KQ wasn't one. I know wildy bosses, like you can literally have. So I think how it works is somebody can actually tank for you with like a wildy boss, but as long as before you kill it, it's re-aggroed back on you and it hits you once, you're good. As long as the alt account didn't do any damage. So like what I've seen is like when I was killing Callisto, some noob would run by and Callisto would gain aggro on him and he'd hit it. But if I kept attacking Callisto in the safe spot, I wouldn't get the drop. But if I went out of my way intentionally to get hit by Callisto again, then I'd get the drop. It's kind of weird how it works.
Right. I was gonna say because it's a fine line because I wouldn't want like say I was doing KQ and somebody just ran in the room because not a lot of people check that spot
Yep.
where you can check if someone's down there because it's not in the direction of the shortcut,
Yep.
which again I don't know, but you just run in there and if it did like a mage attack on him and you lose the kill, I mean that would be frustrating.
Yeah, it would.
But after a certain amount of hits, it should nullify.
Yeah, and that could be a
3 hits it
change.
should be. Three
That
hits.
that could be a change. The thing is, like, I've seen like Novasi and Socket doing that method. I mean, it's clearly fine. Like it's clearly been a method that people have chosen to do, and I'm okay with it. But it's like it's not even that. I think it's like a couple more kills per hour, and you gotta have an alt there.
Yeah, maybe
it's
it's
not-
the effort. It's not that.
It's
Like,
not that game breaking. Corp was game breaking as fuck.
Oh my god!
That
Don't
was
get me started.
triple the kill, potentially triple the kills per hour. Like that's
I'm so
absurd.
upset that I didn't do more of it.
I did
honestly.
I back like 2 years ago. I rented Resh's Corp alt. He had a Corp alt, and you'd pay him 100 mil to borrow it for a week, and it was just this like maxed Ironman basically that just dropped everything else over, but he had like Corp gear, like void.
I
And
was
shit.
wondering how that worked.
Yeah, so you just if he trusted you, you just pay him like 100 mil. But you'd pay him extra, like you'd pay him like 300 mil just in case you like jacked his account. He'd just steal your deposit or whatever.
Right.
Or if you dropped some item over like a Dragon Warhammer BGS. But yeah, you just rent it out. So I was like multi-logging for like a week. I only did it for like 3 days because I got so fucking burnt. But I did like 300 kills in 3 days, and then I was like, this feels like a fucking chore. Like I don't know, I was
it's
getting
like
a
over
headache.
10 kills an hour. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how fast can you deal 2,000 damage repeatedly?
Yeah, just one alt, it was like 9 to 10 kills an hour, like consistently, like probably 9 consistently. But if you got one other alt, it was like 13.
Yeah, because you still had to help a little bit.
Yeah. But if you had 2 alts and you were going
Yeah.
fast, oh yeah,
Sky's the limit.
Your player is literally just bound by how fast you can kill Corp. Like
Yeah. How many 40 pluses are you hitting in that hour? Yeah. I had some friends that were nice, and we've been friends for like ever. So hey, you can use my account, I can use your account when you're not playing, that kind of deal.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just despising, was that the game was going down that road where it's just like, got to alt everything. I actually refused to do Corp at a time because I was like, dude, this is so dumb. And people would always be like, oh, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like, bro, it's not about that. It's about like the fact that this is 3 times faster to use 2 alts. Like, what the fuck is the point of playing Iron Man?
Valuing of like, so like if you see somebody with like an arcane or something like that back in the day, you were like, holy, oh my god, like that's so cool. But then when people were doing that, it's just like, oh, you did some boosted corp, huh? Like that's just what it was. Like,
yeah, no, seriously. And if you weren't doing it, you were just so inefficient. Like, it was just bad. So it sucked because I always kind of wanted to do Corp back then. But and people can always say, well, don't look at other people's kill counts. I am a competitive player, and so when I'm getting 3 times fewer kills than another guy, it's just like, what's the point of doing this?
Yeah, it's probably one of the only things in the game. Like almost everything has gotten faster, kills per hour, XP, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, like this is like the one thing that's gotten slower for Ironman just because of that. Like,
yeah, dude, it's crazy if you think back at like Curtis's Corp grind.
Oh, dude, I actually recently rewatched him, like his video of him getting the Ellie, and he went over like all the sigils and stuff and like the methods they did.
Dude,
oh my god,
it's bad.
4 piles of food on the ground.
The whole thing is just effort. Like
20-minute kills.
Yeah, that was rough. He'd go to Nightmare Zone to like reset or something.
Oh my god.
Like that shit.
The Corp Cave, the entrance was so long. Like just
I know. Yeah, that too. You forget about that. Like
BGS was 100% spec.
I think it was 65, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I
don't even know.
Maybe it was 100 at one point. It might have been 100 at one point, but I think it was 65 for a long time.
Couldn't do 2.
Yeah.
So next.
Yeah, let's look at the Zarite changes. So they scrapped the bow. What were your thoughts on the original Zarite bow?
I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I'm upset that it's gone because I actually don't like the crossbow. I like that a crossbow is coming, but I don't like that one.
So they said, I think Mod Curse on Twitter said like they're not scrapping the bow. It's gonna just come out with something else. Because I thought the Zarite bow was fucking dope. It was like almost like too private servery, to be completely honest. Like,
yeah, I didn't go to the worlds and test it. I don't know.
Oh my dude, like you're just like, so I went to Jellies, and then somebody was already there testing it at Jellies, so I went to DK, or I went to the Dagannoth section of the catacombs, and you're just literally AFKing there, shooting shit. Like seriously, you would just sit there with auto retaliate on, and your dude's hitting massive hits with this fucking bow, just like constant like 300 XP drops, because like I don't know, you're just sitting there like hitting 3 like at all times.
Yeah.
Like it's just weird. It's like this feels like you're just chucking like explosives like nonstop. And what was even crazier is they were making it so like your ammo didn't deplete. Like every you're shooting 3 enemies, but it was only taking one arrow.
Right.
It was weird. I will say it was really cool, but it was, I don't know, it's pretty fucking OP. It's just, it feels weird.
Something that I'm always like very interested. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love TOB and everything, but Chambers definitely is the raid that I go to. Like, I'll find myself just enjoying way more. I love the Ohm fight, and so when you get engaged in content like that, you really kind of try to like push the limits of how fast, like the speed running and stuff. And I saw a clip of someone doing the Mystics room, because you know how people like lure them all to like to where they can't attack you.
Yeah.
And he had all 3 Mystics in this one spot, and I swear to God, he completed the room in like sub 1 minute. And I'm like, wait, that's like ridiculous to today's standards. I don't know if he just had some lucky hits, but he just
the armor's crazy as well. He's probably low lifing too.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Yep. So that was probably pretty damn accurate,
dude. I was just like, oh, wow, this is like huge.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
It's still cool, and I'm still excited for it to come out. And I was watching Sae Bae, that Inferno speedrunning god. That dude's a fucking beast, by the way. I want to get him on the cast.
I saw him post on Twitter like a crazy time, and I was like, okay,
yeah, he got
pretty good.
He got like a 47 something minute on the beta worlds with the new shit.
Yeah,
but like
I think the bow was really easy to use. Like, I don't know, like people were saying that it was super hard, but
he was like, so I just popped into a clip. I was under the impression that the Zarite bow would target people's southwest tile, or like the monster's southwest tile, and then anything 2 tiles within that would be hit. But
yeah, like how most things are.
Yeah, but he was hitting 2 meleeers at once, and those things are 4x4s. So you'd almost just assume that there's no way a Zarite bow can hit 2 of them, because it's just like out of range, with southwest tile. But no, it's like it's based on like their perimeter, like the monster's perimeter or something like that.
Yeah, like all adjacent tiles plus 1, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's something like that, because he had that wave where there was 2 meleeers. He's just bowing them, just fucking just annihilating them. I'm like, what is going on?
The most ridiculous thing felt like the nibblers every time they spawn. So like right now in like speedrunning, when the nibblers spawn, and if one of them isn't in like, they can be not all clumped together, but it didn't matter. Every time with the bow, when they spawned and he shot 1 arrow, it was going to hit all 3 100% of the time.
Like, it's actually fun. Like, that was it will still come out. I think people were a fan of the bow, and I think they just scrapped it for this, because
bro, that broke the nibblers. That was like just every time shot once, instantly like got into the wave of like everything.
Yeah,
didn't even have to worry about like killing them.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I was watching those speedruns, like, Jesus, like this is weird. This doesn't feel.
It kind of replaced chins a little bit.
Yeah, chins would be more like for training range, like those, because those obviously can stack like way higher. But
and the only other thing is kind of like Maiden, because it has way more than like 3 enemies.
Yeah, and Chins would also still be good at like Arma because it's basing like Chins based off of like your targets, like your main targets defense.
Right.
Zarite bows.
Yeah, that's another big deal
individual.
for them.
Yeah.
If that was like that, oh my god, Arma would just be a joke
Yeah,
with
I
that
mean,
bow.
Arma's already becoming a joke. Like it's, I don't know. Like I was with Masori and the new who knows what they're gonna change with. I mean, we'll talk about that another day when the new Tombs of a Mascot blog comes out. But like, dude, God Wars is like Sarah's already a fucking breeze. Arma's already a breeze. But like, dude, Arma's gonna get crazy with this new ranged armor, ranged amulet, new shit. Like, oh my god. And the buckler is already a huge thing.
True. I mean, I used to use Buckler before it gained its range strength at Armadillo. Um,
Yeah, it
and
was still good.
I can't even imagine with it now.
And now it's literally 2 anguishes attached. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It's 2 anguishes additional. Like,
Yeah, plus 18 range accuracy too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like the accuracy doesn't matter all that much with the chins, but hey, everything helps.
yeah.
So, do you like the crossbow?
Zarite crossbow, I think. Okay, first of all, there's something really weird. I don't know if you have it pulled up, but like, why is there defense on it? On all things.
I watched a ramble and I did notice that. That is weird.
That's just really weird. It's like, I understand you're just trying to make it like good, but like that is just so
It's gonna be the
arbitrary,
next-
just weird.
It's gonna be the weapon you use at next. So like maybe, I don't know.
I just feel like
defense
it's a goddamn crossbow. What is defending you? Like you're holding a crossbow. Like I don't know. It's like plus 15 mage. Like, dude, that's a literal like isn't like a Kodai plus 15 mage defense? Like
it's
holding
either
a
15 or 20.
yeah, some I don't know. But it is level 80 range to equip. I think it's a good addition. I think it's like this is not OP. Crossbows have never been OP. And I think this crossbow just is the new best in slot. It's not game breaking. It's got a cool special attack where it guarantees the spec proccing as long as you actually hit the monster. I think it's cool.
Which that's an interesting spec with the spec transfer meta, being able to almost on demand spec 100 plus.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the boss is, has that much HP to be able to deal 100, and if it's not capped.
True.
But I brought up a tweet. Somebody in my Discord was mentioning, the Zook fight where you're hitting a 110. Oh, by the way, the Ruby Bolt caps at 110 with this. So, like, imagine you're at Zook, and I brought up as well the Light Bearer ring from Raids 3 that's going to come out. That double spec regen. So, like...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Keep
No.
going.
I was just gonna say, like, wearing that ring with this and just being able to spec every like just over minute and a half each time and just almost guaranteeing a 110 is pretty cool. I think Tebow's still better, but this has more potential.
Yeah, I totally underestimated that ring. When it first was like being talked about, I was like, well, this is crap. Like you just wear a B ring. But then I thought about the scenarios where you aren't using any melee, and like an archer ring sucks.
Yeah.
Sears ring sucks. Brimstone is okay. But hey, double spec at a lot of places, it's gonna be used.
Yeah, it will. And I was talking about it. I think the Sae Bae Cast, I talked about it most. Like, not to brag or anything, but I mean, it's kind of my idea, whatever. But no. But I really wanted the spec. I wanted the spec ring to be able to boost your 100 spec limit to 120. Like, I thought that would be like really fucking useful to not only have double regen, but to also be able to cap at 120. Imagine that.
Wonder what would be better, increasing the cap to 120 or decreasing some of the spec energy used.
That's no. So that's why I was scared, because that is too. It's scaled too weird. So
Yep.
like let's just say you minus everything by 10. Like then a DDS becomes 15. Like that's scaled way more drastically than like something that's 80% spec going to 70. So I feel like the cap keeps everything pretty stable. Just raise the
it's a
cap to
better
120.
idea. You do that instead of what I said. I would agree.
Yeah, but people still brought that up, and I was like, yeah, I mean, that could still work, but I think there's going to be like consequences that are like too, I don't know. I don't know. I think there could be some oversights.
You're happy with the crossbow?
Yeah, I'm not going to use it really anywhere, but apparently they made an arbitrary thing where like Nex is just weak to crossbows, so that's cool or whatever. Just make.
I was gonna ask you, how do you think they're gonna implement that? Do you just make it that arrows don't pierce it, so like T-bow won't work?
Probably.
How is T-bow not gonna be better? Come on.
I know. It's like they do this stuff. It's like the same thing with Corp. It's like there's a Zamarakian spear that just randomly does more than a rapier.
Yeah.
Like what's the lore behind this? So
yeah.
I don't really know.
I think it will be like the next killer. You know what I mean? It drops the weapon, which I feel like almost all bosses have that theme. Like Nightmare drops the mace. Obviously Scythe better, but that's the weapon you use most of the time. T-bow at Ohm, Scythe at TOB. They kind of go with that theme a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. You get an upgrade for killing the boss from killing it. So
yeah. I wish I was a bit more educated on what Nex was in RS2, like how the fight goes. Maybe I should like study up. I watched a Spark Mac video from like 13 years ago that was showing Nex, and he had no idea what he was doing in the video. That video's got like a fucking million views. I swear to God, like you made any RuneScape video back in like pre 2010, and that shit's got a million views now. It's like just crazy. But yeah, I was watching and I was like, I don't really know how this fight goes.
Yeah, me either. I will definitely be learning it if it's based on like the old fight, which I don't know if the mechanics can stay the same. I think she uses like some prayers that like aren't like in the game. Like I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
We'll have to see. I'm excited for it, but I feel like people are gonna have the advantage if they did it in RS2 and RS3. I think. We'll see.
And do you think it's gonna be how like Nightmare was, that like Ironmen can only go with like Ironmen kind of thing?
No,
or is it gonna be you have to solo?
I think they said that it'll just be like Nightmare, where you can just kind of team it, and you just always have a chance at a drop, but it's not gonna scale like TOB, where you can just fucking sit there and just be in the room and get a fair chance at a drop. Like, I think it's going to be DPS related. Like, however much damage you did is going to be your percentage, which I think is the fairest.
Yeah, I think they need to do some stuff like they did with Nightmare, where you can't just like Dragon Warhammer it to 0 defense and stuff. Because I'm afraid of like the new Bulwark and stuff. Love it and everything. But what if you went with like a constructed team where these people Dragon Warhammer, everybody else Bulwarks, and now it has 0 offensive and 0 defensive, and it's literally like Corp.
Yeah.
They gotta be careful. I thought of that.
I'll be completely honest. I actually really enjoy shit that can be like that. Like, I love the fact that Corp doesn't have some crazy, weird, limiting thing. And like, you could seriously just take advantage of Corp in every possible way that the game offers. I really wish Nightmare was like that in a way too. Like, if you wanted to go with an 80 man and just fucking annihilate it, boom, you can do that. Like, you have the choice. But I think the transitions and the respawn time is always going to make a certain team size better, even if you can just totally chickenize. It's like going to Corp. I think like I don't know what the efficient boosting way is, like 7 alts or something going at it, but like clearly massing it with 300 people is not the most efficient way to do it. It's like, you know what I mean? Even though it's easy as fuck, you just sit there forever.
Which I wonder if it's going to have similar stuff like that, like how with Corp, if you have a certain amount of people in the room, it heals like a certain amount. Like, I don't know if she's going to have some weird healing like that,
yeah,
or just when the fight starts, does she just like, okay, there's many people in here, this is what it is, kind of how Nightmare is.
Yeah, who knows? I'm too uneducated on what Nex is, so.
I mean, the easy solution is just make it that, like, I know she has phases. I don't know what they are, but I know she has them. So I'm going to assume when she changes phases, her stats will reset, or they'll be completely different, which would be an interesting fight if like, okay, on this phase you got to change this stuff. I mean, that's why I love Ohm.
Yeah. I know Casey kept saying like Nex is basically just Nightmare. Like Nightmare came out and he was like, this is like literally Nex, except worse.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I wonder if we will see the similarities or they will change it.
Yeah. I trust them though. I think Nex, Jace, I was talking to Hey Jace, he said Nex was his favorite piece of content ever in RuneScape.
I trust Mod Arcane.
I
What
do
he
too.
did to Nightmare,
I
what
do
he did
too.
to Nightmare. I mean, again, I've literally killed 0 Fasani because I've never been back ever since I finished Nightmare.
Yeah.
But from hearing everyone's opinion of this crap boss that turned into like pretty fun and stuff like that, like that's pretty hard to do. So I give him a lot of
I
credit.
thought it was impossible.
Yeah.
Before it had happened, I was like, dude, what are you gonna do to this shit? Like there's nothing like this. You gotta like totally, I don't know.
Back to the drawing board. Like,
That's
literally.
what I thought. I was wrong.
Yeah. Still never killed it. So
Yeah, no, I definitely trust Arcane and Husky. And honestly, I know Sween left, Flippy left, Modzuko's now, leaving in December. I'm like, those are all really sad. They're all great J mods. But man, I just gotta say, like the only reason I say this is because they relate more to my play style. If Husky and Arcane left, man, I'd be in fucking shambles.
Man,
I'd be in
get
shambles,
nervous.
man. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
You still have Kieran, which I'm pretty sure he had like the biggest thing to do with Inferno.
Kieran
And that's
is
gotta
a
be, like,
fucking beast. He doesn't really develop content anymore. I think he's like a
yeah.
higher
What
up
kind of
position.
happened? I feel like
He's in a
Inferno
higher
and
up
stuff-
position, I think, where he just kind of like supervises. I think.
Yeah,
I have no
which
idea.
is sad because I wish he would do more. Like if Inferno was mostly his doing, like that's a
Yeah.
lot of people's like favorite content,
And
it's
old.
just so iconic to the game. Yeah, come on, that's my like favorite thing.
I know he's
I
a
love
fucking
him
beast.
for that. I love the Ohm fight.
And if Ash left, oh god, the game's
No,
ruined.
no.
Can you imagine though? Like seriously, I bet Ash
He could never do it.
Ash is loyal as fuck to Jagex, and he's just a beast, and like he loves RuneScape, loves Jagex. But man, like if there was even like a whisper that he might be leaving, like Jagex better be paying him like big time to stay, because that would be such a dip in like morale. Like imagine that.
Yeah, people would be very upset. Like
Yeah.
what did like Jagex did something,
Yeah,
There's
like
no way
all
just
the
on a whim, he'd be
conspiracies would
like,
come
"I'm out."
back. Like people, like Sween was
Oh.
trying to debunk the conspiracies of like everyone's leaving.
Yeah,
But,
another
like-
Mod Jet situation on our hands. Something like that gonna happen.
If Mod Ash left, oh my god, it'd be over.
Could never happen. Before we leave the crossbow, just do you think that it should be better in any way? Like maybe some range strength, like just accuracy. I guess the bolt effects is like kind of nice, but this game is like damage pushes everything.
I'll
So
be like totally honest. To balance things more toward like, the Bow of Ferdinand, the Blowpipe, Tebow and stuff. Like, yeah, this could get a buff, but realistically, like the other things need a nerf. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this, like
that direction.
I know that sounds bad, but it's like, I don't feel like this thing should be competing against the like super disgustingly OP weapons. And I feel like
Really? Like a next reward?
I feel like this is a good, like this is really good, like little power creep. That's new best in slot crossbow in every way. It's gonna be best at next. I don't even know how that works, but it's gonna be best at next, and it's just like a decent fucking crossbow. Okay, if I were to say anything, it would be cool if it had like 20 more ranged, or like no, sorry, 10 more ranged accuracy to make it 120.
120.
But
Yeah,
even
instead
then,
of like plus 10.
yeah, but even then, it's like, you know what? Like, I don't want the thing that if they buff this, it's like, okay, ACB is completely irrelevant. Like every other crossbow is complete dog shit compared to this. Like I really do feel like this is a good. I don't know. This is totally fine. And who
That's
knows?
definitely
Maybe. Sorry, I was just gonna say
sorry.
like maybe in the future crossbows will be more used later. I don't know.
right. More reasons to. There's not really much. Like, it's not like it gives you more like range or anything like that, like attack range.
Yeah.
But do you like their push for like the invention kind of style of upgrading the gear?
I love it. I wanted to ask you the same thing. What do you think about depot or like destroying bandos?
I think it's just, I mean, everybody that plays RS3 says invention was the best thing. So, like, I don't want to say, oh, I want invention, but stuff like it makes sense.
Yeah.
I am nervous that it says you have to repair it with Bandos items, and I'm like, God damn it, I gotta go kill Bandos to use Torva. I mean, I don't know how much you'll have to do that, but
Let me read that again.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people glanced over that. I'm just like,
I definitely glanced over it because I didn't think you had to repair it. I just thought it was like you just make it
no, you gotta repair it.
over and over. Let me see this. Okay.
Wait, how many points can you repair? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I think I read it wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, I did read it wrong. Okay,
I mean, who knows?
scared
Maybe
myself.
I'm reading it wrong right now, but it looks as though like you just repair it once with these components and then it's good to go.
Yeah, that makes me feel a little bit better. Cause that would be like a way to keep Bandos always like high price.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give them that idea. Never mind.
but it makes sense that like Bandos would be just just you combine Bandos and to be able to repair Torva. I think that's like literally perfect. ACB turning into this new crossbow is totally perfect too. You know what? Before we move on, I just need to say I am a fan of ballistas or ballistae, as you would say. But like, I think what would have been fucking sick is a Zarite ballista. Some fucking thing. So I've always kind of been thinking of this in my mind. I think I've said it like once on a Sae Bae Cast of like, imagine, you know how bolts can be enchanted
Ooh,
and have their own effect.
javelins.
I thought javelins would be so sick if you could like enchant bolt or gem tips onto your javelins. And like dragon javelins would be able to equip every single, and there would be all new effects. So it wouldn't be like the same thing as bolt effects, but there'd be brand new ones they could come out with. And then you'd have a fucking Zarite ballista that's like one tick faster or something. That's just like, I don't know, like that.
I wonder what effects
exciting.
they could come up with. That's a lot of effects to come up with.
I know, but like
different gems, like
but that would be fucking dope. I mean,
yeah. You know what? Almost made ballistas and stuff more relevant is that when they were talking about rebalancing range, something that scared me is them talking about adding in. So right now you just have like ranged accuracy. Meanwhile, with melee you have slash, stab, and crush.
Yeah.
They were talking about adding defenses to NPCs that are like, oh, it's weak to
blunt,
bolts, weak to
blunt,
like
piercing, and
different
magic.
things. Yeah, and that kind of almost like changed a lot of the game because they could have dictated like, oh, we don't want blowpipe to be good here, so like whatever darts would have been, that's trash against it or something like that.
Yeah, I was talking to Husky about that. That was kind of around the ranged rebalance before it had happened. And that was when the blog had kind of come out. And I was like, I am a huge fan of this. Is it feasible? I don't know. And even if it was feasible, there'd be a lot of fuck ups. And there'd be a lot of things that I personally wouldn't think are balanced. But that was so fucking cool. Like, imagine Bandos is super, super, strong, or he's got really great blunt defense, but like his piercing's a little bit like weak, stuff like that. Like you could just do so much.
It would add another layer. I mean, it literally is the same thing as stab, slash, and crush, but just added to range.
Yeah, I thought that was a fucking awesome idea, but it would be such an overhaul to everything. When
they even suggested it, I was like, I don't think they realized like how much of a change this would be. Like, or the work behind that. You'd have to alter every single NPC in the game.
I'm still a fucking fan of it. I'm not going to lie. And like, I seriously, but I feel like there would be so much, not even like the work involved in that, but the community would just not be satisfied with it.
Oh yeah, because Jagex would inherently be creating metas. Like,
Yeah,
oh, now this thing is really good because Jagex decided
yeah.
that it's really weak to this.
There's just too much. Even if they struck a perfect balance, things that, you know, there'd just be issues, and it would be such a huge like thing to do for like nobody in the community wants, like, I want it, and some other people that are into balance want it, but like, bruh, the community doesn't fucking care, like, overall.
Yeah, it would be too much of a job.
Yeah, for no praise whatsoever. Like, people would just start complaining about it.
Yeah, not everybody would be happy, but that's how we update. But it's just too much work.
Yeah,
It just
it
is.
really
You got to
is.
keep it the way it is. You can't change it now.
But you know what I mean? Like, that'd be fucking sick. Like,
Oh, it would
do you
be.
agree? It would be cool if they happen to do that. Like, there's actually 3 different.
I wouldn't want existing metas changed though. Like if they just made it like, oh, now Tebow sucks here because arrows suck here or something like that. Like I don't know, little things like that. I guess it might,
But it would
bring
just
more
bring,
balance.
yeah, just bring so many more. Like, I mean, again, it could go both ways. It would probably limit ways you can kill certain things. It would also give a lot more opportunity to kill things in different ways. But
Yeah, it'd give more niche things to items and stuff.
what do you think about rangescape in general? The OSRs has always, since Blowpipe, been very since Rigor as well, I'd say, been very centered on like range is always like just best.
Ooh.
like it might
Yeah, I
continue.
mean, if you think of every single God Wars boss right now, I'm pretty sure the meta is completely ranged. And
it is.
and we're getting another range set. So, I mean, it's not something I hate, but range is really powerful. It's scary. So like them nerfing the blowpipe, at first everybody was upset, but maybe it was the right thing to do.
Yep.
So I think going forward, Magic needs help, and it's gonna get it with the wand. But I'm fine with like Magic being like a utility,
Yeah.
almost combat, because you have all the spells. I
Yeah.
mean, I just hate thralls.
Yeah, I'm okay with thralls, honestly. It's like whatever.
Now at this point, maybe because you use them. Or
Yeah, I mean,
personally,
I
like,
barely ever use them. Even like Corp, it just feels like a nuisance to like just recast the thrall here and there. But it's like I'm okay with it. Thing that this would come with a complete overhaul, but like standard spells make no sense. How fire's always the best. Like, why can't things have weaknesses?
yeah, right. Like you would never use an earth spell ever.
Exactly. That is something that bothers me. Is just like clearly there are spells that it will just never ever be used. Which is just really sad. Standard spellbook's a good look at it. Even Arceus has some spells like those demon spells. When the fuck are you ever gonna use those? They're not good enough.
That's what I'm saying, man. Mage is falling behind.
Yeah. It's always in behind, but at the same time, Magic is extremely useful when it is used, like Ice Barrage and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I guess that's the reason why you can't ever have like prayers and stuff that boost damage when it comes to mage. It's always accuracy.
Yeah, I'm still a fan of Augury offering 5%. They would have to. I also want the occult to be toned back a bit, and some other readjustments. But just to keep it brief, I would like Augury to be +5 mage damage and 5% mage damage reduction when there's an incoming mage attack. So in PvP situations, it would counteract. They would just they would cancel each other out. But
Yeah.
imagine being able to actually use Augury at Nightmare and have it do something, and actually have it even better as a defensive prayer as well. So
I was gonna say I literally only use it as like a defensive prayer.
Yeah. Imagine if it actually had like some actual use. Like they would. I don't want a complete buff. I want them to tone back occult to like 8%. Even I was actually even advocating it to be 6%, and then the tormented bracelets would go to 4% instead of 5%, and then the eternal boots would be +1. Seer's ring potentially +1. Like, so it kind of shares like every item slot would share a little bit.
So just redistribute, except for like
Yeah.
not nerf mage, but like
Yeah, but it's just
nerf
silly
one
that
item.
like again it kind of comes back to that Torva helm, where the Torva helm's so much fucking better than an Arma helm. Same thing with like Eternal boots. When are you ever gonna wear Eternal boots over Prims?
I don't have them. There's just no reason to. Like I
Yeah.
never had a use case for them
Yeah,
ever.
it's just pointless. So that's why I would want the redistribution of like those kind of offensive stats, because it encourages bringing full switches. And if you don't want to bring full switches, then yeah, I mean that's up to you. But at least you'd get some benefit of bringing another switch.
Yeah, the occult, you can never ever make like a stronger mage amulet in the game. Like the thing is just busted.
Yeah.
Like you need an arcane sigil and this new raids 3 drop, and it's not even like comparable to like an occult necklace.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do you think of Zarite Van braces, by the way?
So
Very simple.
I'm gonna call out my friend Backspace here. He ended up voting no to these van braces, got pulled for TOB.
Yeah.
And they failed with 74.9.
What?
And
I don't even remember that. Wow.
I swear to God. And I mean, me and Corbin, or aka Puggin, were talking about it, and we all wanted it to pass. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I voted no." And we were like, "What? You voted no?
That one
what are you
vote.
talking about?" And like when it ended up failing by 74.9, I always like we'll bring it up and be like, "Bro, you literally made them not come in the game." Like, and it's funny because when I talk to him now, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm voting yes to the van braces," and he's like, "Oh, I think we're ready for it now." And I'm like, maybe I could see that a little bit more, but like, goddamn, it almost passed. So yeah, no, I've wanted it for a long time. I mean, B gloves being the best for range doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So
I was really a fan of them coming from Ranger gloves. I'm not even gonna lie.
oh no,
So that's why I'm curious why you were so obsessed with them passing. Like they were gonna be attachments to range.
because I'll still go grind them out, but like I was not gonna be happy about
Bro,
it.
that would be so cool. Imagine that is the perfect fucking situation for elites to be good. They'd be great money. Like elites alone, like that alone would make elites better. People have an obsession with like having
could you
elites
imagine
be better
them,
money.
if they did that, the Ranger gloves would literally be like 100 mil.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. They'd be like the Ranger boots for elites. Like there's nothing.
Yeah,
there's
and
nothing
you get 'em, it'd be
iconic on
so
elites.
cool.
I was a
But
huge.
like I don't know how rare that is though.
It's
Ranger gloves.
a 1 in 250 per casket to get Ranger gloves. It's like
It's
every other
feasible.
unique.
But like if you went dry on them, like it would just suck so bad. Like, oh, you can't have the best range.
I mean,
gloves
it's like
'cause you went
Ranger
dry
boots.
on-
People go fucking.
Yeah,
Who
but
was-
you could farm those a lot easier.
Yeah, but these are best, and I mean, I guess Ranger boots are best, but like, I don't know. I was a huge fan.
Oh,
of
I know you would
Ranger
be.
gloves.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like, but of course, because I don't want to spend the time doing that, and I just wanted the bonuses. But I could see why it would make sense, or
Yeah.
you know,
I
be
see,
a good thing for clues.
and I also do wonder what would be the more expensive component, the van braces or the Ranger gloves at that point. You know, like Pegasian crystal and Ranger boots. Like what's
Well, the thing about the Pegasian crystal is that
Yeah.
it's just not that hard to get.
yeah. So I
But
wonder
feel
like the hours
van
wise.
braces.
Doing
yeah.
250 elites for an Ironman, that would take at least
never mind, you're
300
right.
hours.
You're right. That
efficiently.
shit would be the worst.
But like by the time you're there, like you've already done elites, like you know, just like throughout playing. Like I don't know how it. I don't know what the prices would be, but that would be an interesting contrast to see.
Yeah, if you were somebody that wanted all best in slots on like Ironman and like you started late or something like that, that would be like a thing. You would have to do every single elite clue just for the chance that throughout your like account creation, you will have the gloves ready.
I know.
Because if you don't, like when they came out, I was like, oh my, I hate myself. I dropped every single elite. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
wanna go
that
grind out
would.
elites.
I mean, at the same time, I am kind of opposed to having best in slots come from clues. Clues should just be a fun distraction and diversion. You know, nothing should be best in slot. But at the same time, there's Ranger boots, and that has always kind of been just a cool little thing for clues to offer, like the best in slot attachment to Big Asian. So I don't know. I just wonder what it would be like for Ranger gloves to come from it.
yeah, no, that was cool for Ranger boots because I mean, Ranger boots always were that item from mediums. So
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I saw something on Reddit that was very actually kind of cool. They said that Zarite van braces are a 50 defense requirement, and they are now changing it to 45. And one of the top comments on this poll thing on Reddit this morning was, why are you like changing the level to fit a certain niche? Like the whole reason why 45 defense is a thing is because every item does fall into 45. Why not shake up the meta by making these 50 so people have the option to go for 50 or not, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great fucking point. That was I don't know.
No, it makes sense because it's like, I mean, Jagex didn't cater to that back in the day. It just so happened to be that. So why are we doing that now?
Exactly. I think
Every
that was
pure hates me right now.
No, but I thought that was fucking super insightful. I'm like, that makes total sense. Why not have things come from 50, 55, 60, 65, like things that aren't generally the the meta. It's usually 45. It's like 1, 45, or 70. It's like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's why a lot of items stay in those tiers. But I think Jagex is starting to, like, with the rebalance, I know they changed like a lot of the items. Like I think Tebow now and everything is 80 because they never wanted to say something was 80.
I think they
like,
okay. So what I haven't actually looked up, but apparently that was an oversight. They didn't actually implement that yet. Like apparently Tebow is supposed to be like 84 or something. It's still 75, I believe. I don't know, but somebody in the chat was saying that this is something they missed. They forgot to up the level requirements. And wasn't a blow pipe supposed to be like 78 or something? Is that 78 now, or is it still 75?
I don't know. If I wasn't killing Corp, I'd check. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might have been an oversight. That's what people were saying. Again, I don't know.
Yeah. But they should do more of that. Like, you unlock thing. It shouldn't be like, oh, you hit 70. Okay, you unlocked everything. Like,
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, final things for next were just the blood essence, Nile shards, and Ecoman. The only thing I really want to talk about is the new blood essence. What did you think about that?
I mean, if
Spirit
there
flakes
was...
for blood rune crafting.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what it is. So if they had a new way to craft blood runes, like they've talked about or hinted in the past about like the Mauritania altar and stuff like that, and just it's just never going to compete with shops. Never. So I don't know who's gonna use it. I don't know.
Here's the other issue is like, bro, this blood essence is just 1,000 blood rune drop. That's all it is. It's just
I'd rather just get
1,000 blood runes in a tedious way to get it. It's like, okay, cool, I got 1,000 blood runes. Like, why?
Gotta go out of my way to earn the reward from it.
just,
like,
just literally give me a 500k coin drop. Like, I'll just go buy it. Like, it's okay.
I don't like it.
Controversy time. I need to ask, what are your thoughts on blood rune packs?
Oh man. So somebody actually asked this on one of the Twitter questions. It was actually Backspace. Man, I was just
let me see it. You can keep going, by the way. I'll try to find it on my end.
So essentially, I don't like me going out of my way to do something that's not fun. Like hopping worlds, buying blood runes is not fun. So if we could speed up that process and use the GP that I'm going to use anyway to buy them, I just don't see why it's a bad thing,
I want to
ask... And, like, you can make it more expensive as well.
No, you can't. You can't.
Whoa, okay. Why?
You can't. And I'll tell you why, because there's already the Zami mage, and people already refuse to go there. And if you really didn't care about money... Yeah, but like if you truly didn't, it would be more.
I see what you're saying.
It would be more efficient. It would be more efficient to just buy the 50 at a time at some cheaper place. Like, okay, let me ask you. So currently, blood rune. Let's just say on average, a blood rune is 450 each from every mage shop.
Okay.
What would the price have to be for packs to make it viable?
You could literally just start it at 550, 500.
So if it was 550 guaranteed, like it never lowers or raises. You think people would actually buy it at 550?
I would buy it. Yes.
Would you though?
The people that I talk to would buy it. I know they would. I know they would.
Because Listen, there is already a way to buy 200,000 blood runes in an hour.
Yep.
At 600 GP each. Because I guess that's a little bit higher than what you're saying. And it's more tedious as well. But it's still in an hour. You can get 200. Again, this is effective rates. You can't buy them all at once, but you could do 20-minute segments.
Yeah, that's the.
So do you really think? Yeah, but you have to. Yeah, that's literally hopping. Like
I thought it goes a lot higher than that. I could be wrong.
So Zami Mage goes from 400 to 800 with an average of 600.
But okay, so even if you did that, right, you're not increasing it that much, and it's still like annoying.
Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering. If like
skeleton can hit you, you have to wait the 10 seconds after
that is true.
So
there is no annoyance and there's no tediousness. It's just literally just buy them all, just like right there. Just like you'd get
the quality of life for it. If I'm gonna spend the GP anyway, I mean,
but I
just make it slower for no reason.
I'm just curious because I genuinely think that if you're charging blood runes at 100 GP more, it's literally just inefficient and a waste of money to go out of your way for the quality of life. That's my opinion on it. For most players,
but imagine you spend an hour hopping or like 30 seconds. Like I don't know.
Okay, yeah. But how much extra money?
No, okay,
so
20%
extra money. So
right,
let's just
the calculations behind
let's say you spent 50 mil on bloods. Within I don't know how long that would take. Let's just say 2 hours. Like you bought 50 mil with the bloods, but then it only took 10 minutes, or let's say 5 minutes even.
Ready? This is the big thing.
Okay.
The fact that I'm not the only one buying these. I hop to a world, there's 50 in this world. Ah, shit, I didn't, I gotta hop to a new world. Oh, some Ironman's been here, buying out them all.
I understand.
Dealing with that, and you gotta wait. Like I don't know if people do.
I understand it, but even with that competition, there's always ways to find it, on off times and stuff. And the fact that you'd be spending 20% extra money, so like, let's say you spent 45 mil on blood runes, that would be 55 mil on blood runes. You spent an additional 10 mil on convenience for 2 hours. Like, are you really gonna make 10 mil in 2 hours? And the tediousness, like
it's one of those things that, like, imagine you're like Curtis, right? And I know like that's only like one person who has like, well, actually no, there's Ironmen nowadays that have crazy banks like that. Like you have like a bill cash stack. Like, do you care that much? Like, I don't know.
Well, I
guess
have
a billion ain't too. Yeah, it's not that much, I guess, at this point. But like
I don't know,
okay, just a point in time
I
where
agree.
It's just the convenience.
I agree for the most part. There will be some Ironmen that choose that, but like, people will just eventually say, just make it cheaper, make it for 450, and then that'll eventually just be the thing. So,
well, why not be able to have the choice? Like, spend the more money for the convenience if you want, and then if you want to be more efficient, do your way, do that.
But there already is that with Zami Mage. I know it's not but you can buy 500 at a time, bro. You can fill up 70,000 blood runes in 20 minutes. I've done it. I have video proof that you can get 70,000.
Yeah, no, I believe you. Trust me. I bought, but I only buy like 200 and then hop. Yeah. So you're right. It could do it differently, but I just
I listen.
I swing this way.
Okay, so now I'll get to my actual thing. I just figured I'd just fight over that because I'm against blood rune packs, and the reason I am is because we chose to limit ourselves. I'm a firm believer that Ironman. I believe in Jagex in the next coming years, hopefully in 2022, that would be my hope, is that rune crafting will be rune crafting. It will actually excel in crafting runes for you. Like, it's such a goddamn shame that rune crafting
is the slowest skill in the game. It should make you the most money in the game. Like, that skill should be like a gold mine for making money. Make it that we make way more runes. Why not? That's the point of the skill.
You know what? If it were my way, I would say nerf all rune drops from monsters. Like, literally just severely reduce all incoming monster sources of runes and make it so the new blood altar comes out. So the new RC minigame comes out. They release the new blood talisman. That blood talisman crafts you double blood runes and get rid of fucking Shopscape. And listen, so I think it was BC Guppy. I think it was him who who actually marked out the path of how to get to the blood rune. You know what? I'm going to do something so crazy right now. Right now, I am going to show people that are unaware of how to get to the blood rune altar right now. And while I show this, I'm going to explain. So basically, BC Guppy said efficiently, if you were to take the current route to the new blood altar, you would be able to craft 4,500 blood runes an hour. And that would be like single bloods, you know? Like if you just did traditional essence. And I was thinking, dude, what if it was double bloods? What if at 99, you can craft 9,000 blood runes an hour and get good RCXP? I'm thinking like 40k RCXP, but it is click intensive. You can't just AFK there. You have to actually like, you know, do shit. And that becomes a fucking good moneymaker. Boom. You've nerfed every other PVM drop that shits out runes. Rune crafting's really profitable. People do it. Double blood runes at 99. Like what? Like, is there a problem with that? With rune crafting being money per hour? Like, is good money per hour? I'm showing the route right now. It's pretty fucking tedious, but like,
you're like, all right, I already hate it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like,
but no, I agree. I think rune crafting should definitely be like everybody hates it. Give
would
incentive.
That be? Yeah, like, would that be fair though? Imagine they deleted Shopscape in a fantasy world of ours. Like, there was no more Shopscape, but there was an alternative. You can craft 4,500 bloods on your way to 99 through blood rune crafting at 77, and then at 99 you can craft 9,000 an hour and get good RCXP. So it actually incentivizes being an Ironman and getting resources yourself. Like,
I could agree with that. How much does 9,000 bloods cost? Like, if you bought it from the shop, would you say it was 450 each?
Yeah, so that would be like,
oh Jesus Christ, like 4 mil an hour. But yeah, no, that would be pretty good.
But that would literally drop, like the prices of bloods would drop. Like, that's literally what happens. Supply and demand.
That would be like efficient.
Yeah, but like 4 mil an hour would eventually drop to 2 mil, like 2.5 to 2 mil an hour. Like, it literally would,
yeah,
because everybody would be crafting them. And then it eventually would just get to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm just going to go kill revs or whatever. But for an Ironman, oh my God, you can actually runecraft with a purpose instead of just fucking hating your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, runecrafting definitely needs like a huge overhaul, in my opinion.
Again, I might be wrong on my calc, so that was like months and months ago. I don't actually know what the total runes per hour it was that he calculated. And again, I'm just fucking. He probably didn't even say that number, but imagine that. Let's just say it was 9,000. You know.
Yeah.
Like, was that?
I wonder what would be like the actual number, but you know, I think it's fair. Like, runecrafting should be. You should want to do it. Like,
yes.
It should be useful.
Yes.
It's just not. I mean, I guess if you do 99 runecrafting, like doing regular bloods right now, I don't know how many bloods you get, but it's a bit. But it's so slow. It's so like not engaging.
Like, so you're going through those Myarchy or whatever that word is, tunnels, the Mauritania tunnels. Like, imagine how cool it would be. You're crafting your rune, your blood runes. You got all your friends running the same route as you, all crafting together. You're all just fucking talking on the way. There's also the option to, you know, follow each other. Of course, there's some tunnels you need to go through, but there's a long ass path where you could just have a train like ZMI. Like,
yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I wonder, would you do this blood essence thing with it or no?
No, just fucking scrap the whole blood essence thing. Like, that whole blood essence thing is just spirit flay. It's just like,
yeah, no, it's terrible.
It's just so dumb.
It's terrible. And they're like, oh, let me try to describe this to you because we don't think you guys understand. Like, no,
flakes.
I'm sorry. It's just bad.
Yeah.
We don't want it.
Like, I want to hear what the audience thinks in the chat. Okay, but hey, here, let me ask you this. Okay, imagine these are just the rates. Again, these would
requirement of 99.
Let's say this. You know, before 99, at 77 and 98, you're getting 4,500 blood runes an hour. And then at 99, you're getting double bloods. You get 9,000 an hour. And let's just say you get 40k rune crafting XP an hour too. So it's decent in both. Blood runes would eventually drop for mains. The prices would go down because everyone would be doing it. Rune crafting would be a great skill. People would actually find use in it. But the thing that's going away is Shopscape. So there is no more potential for Ironmen to get super fast blood runes by buying them. Is that fair? 9,000 an hour versus.
I would be. I don't know what we would spend our money on.
Bank space.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. That was great. Yeah. It would be cool. It would kind of suck for anybody who already was planning on doing that, but if something's like healthier for the game, like it's fine. Like imagine you've been grinding out revs and then they make that update and it's like, all right, well, what am I gonna do with all this money now?
So the money, let's just say, well, first of all, there already is uses for money, construction and
Oh, I'm sure,
smithing
yeah.
and stuff. But like, honestly, this fucking game just shits out way too much money. And
Personally, that's the only thing I use money for. I get anything. I get mahogany planks. I sell them to the shop. I get anything in this game, gems, whatever. I sell it to the shop for blood runes.
yeah. So and look, they've already come out with a new way to spend money, and that's bank space. What did you actually think about that? The whole gold sync
I
with
could
bank
not
space.
believe the 500 mil, like just all the above about it. I couldn't believe the values.
Are you happy with it?
I not that I never struggled with bank space, but it definitely is needed, and it's just such a good way for them to do it. Like, why not? Like, you got to spend all this money. You don't have to spend all this money. It's just if you want to. So yeah, no, it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's totally fair, and especially because it's like I think it's 18 mil. If as long as you have authenticator and a pin, it's 18 mil to get 1,000 total bank spots.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Ironmen crying. How is an Ironman ever supposed to get this much money? It's like, you just do it. Like,
You just
like
play a lot.
yeah, you just be like a neat or something like that.
Yeah. No, I think the way they did it is like totally awesome, and having a crazy good gold sync like that is just great. And they could come out with future things. So if that was the thing that you're saying is like, what are we gonna spend our gold on? There's so many.
Oh, there'll be more stuff. I just won't be making a golden sink in my house that I'll never see.
Yeah, fuck that.
All
Okay.
right, so are we done with next?
Yeah, we're done with next. Unless you had any final thoughts.
I guess final thoughts would just be that, and I even asked everybody in solitary, like how they felt about it, and obviously I only got the opinion of the people that were on right there, but most of us are really happy with it. We're upset about the bow not coming, but yeah, Torva is just super hype and seems good.
Yeah.
We like it. We like it.
And the Zarite bow, the original Zarite bow will come out from something else.
Yeah, who knows when that will be though?
Yeah, I think probably. I don't know. I think soon. I think. Who knows? I mean, I know that's like really stupid to say soon because like that's not been a.
Right. And I
a
guess
typical
maybe
thing, but-
one last thing would be that so they talked about the Virtus set potentially coming out in the future, but like I don't know if I'm ever gonna be excited for that to come
I'm not.
out.
Yeah, I won't be.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we'll use it for something else. It's like, okay, but when something else is coming out and you show it, I'm gonna be like, I don't want that. Like,
Yeah, Virtus just seemed too niche, just like
Yeah.
weird, like almost like I still couldn't tell you what Virtus fully does because just like there was like too much going on. You know what I mean?
yeah, each spell had their own different thing.
It was just
Which I thought it was gonna change a little bit of the court meta potentially because that one spell was gonna be able to lower stats. So I thought maybe you could use that, but I tried to test it, but there was a whole bunch of Venezuelans on the beta worlds killing corp. I don't know why.
trying to get Nelly to
I
sell
couldn't-
on
yeah, I
Tournament World.
couldn't-
There's a
couldn't
Tournament
test
World
it.
GE. They're trying to fucking like swap
Yeah,
and shit to the
I don't know
tournament.
what was going on. They were
Imagine-
laughing at me.
Imagine that was a thing. Like you just play Tournament World and like start swapping GP over. Like you're just like you can literally just generate GP like right there.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing, but they were laughing at me for using magic at corp.
That's funny.
I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think it was good. I know Defy was tested it for like a few minutes. I don't think it was doing that much work. Who knows though?
I thought they were gonna go like a PvP way with it, with the barrage thing, the ice barrage. If you ice barrage, it was supposed to have more accuracy, but on something that was already frozen. Like I thought it was gonna be like if they're not frozen, so like it's more consistent freezing. But they didn't even do that, so I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But I don't want to be frozen more, so good.
Okay. I want to go to the Twitter topics. Okay. I want to see this. Connor4239 asks, three good and three bad things Jagex has implemented this year. Maybe we don't have to limit it to three, or not limit it, but just we don't have to do three exactly. But some things, good things and bad things Jagex has done this year.
I actually have three.
Okay, good. His second one, oh yeah, his second one is how many years until the game dies. And then 3 USA RS meetups, like a mini Rune Fest potentially.
Right. So let's do. The game definitely does have a long future. I mean, it's been around forever. I think it has like the most content out of any game that I even like know about. Like it's just the game never ends. And I wonder if they ever will make like a completionist cape at that point. You know, each year that goes by. But yeah, I would love an RS meetup of like a Rune Fest in the States or something like that. I just don't ever see it happening. But yeah, I've always talked with a lot of my friends that we would make like a meetup. It's just never really like panned out or anything because I mean, super hard to do anything like that. But I would love to do that on the East Coast, preferably where I am. But so three good things, three bad things. So these are my opinion. Um, I do like the rev update. I was upset when I dropped all my stuff that I could never do revs how I did back in the day. With the protection and everything. I know some people weren't a fan of that. But yes, I was somebody who got protected and killed all my revs, got a ton of loot that way. I think a lot of people agree with me. The clan update really was amazing. Clan broadcasts, that's just one of my favorite things now. Everybody hangs out in the solitary clan. It used to be, not to say dead, but like you had to do like raids in your clan chat and you didn't really want to do it like in the clan chat. Like I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. You like went to your own clan chat instead of staying in your clan. So it kind of made it that like back then there was only like 30, 40 people at a time. Now there's like uh, definitely over 100, maybe 200, like almost always on playing. So that's cool. And hard mode TOB. I liked hard mode TOB a lot.
Really?
Did you like hard mode TOB?
That's a really interesting take. I've never heard anybody that was like crazy about hard mode TOB.
I'm not crazy about it, but I think I mean, people were expecting so much, but like look at Chambers like challenge mode. It's not like that different, Like at least
Yeah.
TOB changed some mechanics. Challenge mode was just like, all right, here's more health, here's more defense. Like, okay, here's more damage.
Yeah.
So they did a little bit of things.
Yeah, no, I actually agree. Hard mode TOB was great. Wasn't game breaking or anything. It was just a nice update. It changed some things. I feel like a lot of people just have said negative things toward it because it wasn't that crazy. It was just kind of like more like annoying, I think. I think that was the main thing, was like people that really love TOB and were speed running it really don't like the new Nilo room. They don't really like the new Verzik because they can't just like cheese. I don't know. I think it was something about like those two rooms in particular, and like bloat. You can't really do like one downs or two. I don't know. That again, I'm not a speedrunner. I thought the update was cool, but
Yeah, I think their expectations might have been a little too high, and I think that, and this is a good topic to go into at some point, that the player overall skill has just gotten too high. Like we're all really, really good now. So like we thought it was gonna be like so hard, but like I mean Jagex has limits too of making it like ridiculously hard.
it's hard to make things hard without being annoying.
But we already knew like we've been doing TOB for so long, like how much more can they make the mechanics that it's like, yeah, it's like that much harder. Like you kind of knew what to expect in most of the rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, I think they did a great job. It is harder. I don't know. I think hard mode's more fun, But because I'm always with teammates that think normal theater is more fun, that I feel like when I was completing combat achievements, every team I'd go with, they just fucking hated hard mode. It was just weird.
I will say you don't feel the effect of getting more items like more often. Like when you do challenge mode, you get a lot more points. So you, like if you don't die and everything, you see items more, but the raid takes longer. Hard mode doesn't really take that much longer. I mean, I get speedrunners are probably gonna be like, you can't do it this fast, so you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like you just die more often, or have friends that die more often, so you don't really see that increased purple rate, and it's only like 1 day instead of 1 to 9, something like that.
And they said they nerfed the Avernic rate. That's all I fucking saw was Avernics and Justiceur helmets. Out of 100 KC,
Yeah, you didn't.
the only thing I saw was Avernics and Justiceur helmets from anybody. It was like,
That's true. I didn't even think about that. I feel like I never really noticed that. But again, I've only done like 60 hard modes, but I don't know anybody that's really done that many.
actually,
hard
I
modes.
did see a scythe. I take it back. I did see one scythe that wasn't a split though.
Okay. So this one's interesting. Worst updates. I dislike Soul Wars. I think I don't even like. I just think it's bad. Like I don't even play it or anything.
Pet
Just
looks fucking ugly.
yeah, I was just about to say the Soul Wars pet, little creator. It just doesn't look old school. But I guess I'll have to get it one day if I want to get all pets or something like that. I don't like Soul Wars.
I've never done Soul Wars, so I just had to put that. Like I literally forget that Soul Wars is in the game. It's
Yeah, it's this weird portal in Edgeville that every now and then I see and I go, what the frick is that? And don't even go to the Island of Souls. Like all that stuff might as well just not even have came into the game, in my opinion. Like just nothing happened there, I guess.
Yeah.
So Fasani Nightmare is great, but devaluing me getting Inquisitor was not great. So that one's kind of a weird one. Like
I know,
like
isn't that
Fasani
funny?
Nightmare, but like I'm upset that like when I had Inquisitor, it was like, oh shit, like you got Inquisitor, oh you got a harm, like, and again I did spoon,
but
they're
you still
so
had that
rare.
flex over,
Yeah, it was so rare that like I'm doing chambers on an Ironman with full Inquisitor, like that was rare to see. But now like every person in solitary has done Fasani Nightmare and has Inquisitor, and it's not special anymore.
I know. And
So.
that goes to show how fucking amazing Fasani's is, because I still speak highly of Fasani's, even though me and Lake and you and like other people that did it, we would be the front line of people just complaining about it because we spent so many fucking hours. Well, I mean, I don't know about you spent so many fucking hours, but like, you spent your fair share doing it, and that was tedious. Like that was horrible. And so the fact that other people don't have to deal with it and we still find it, I mean, I'm crazy about Fasani. I think it's such a good update. Like that goes to show.
I know if I don't say this, people will be upset with me. So I will say, yes, as I said before, I did get lucky. I did do 1+1 Nightmare, where you kill Nightmare on 2 accounts same time and you tally out with the main account. So I definitely had advantages. People are saying that even 1+1 is faster than doing Fasani. I just know that regular Nightmare, no one wanted to stomach it. All these kind of things. So it just felt cool to have and everything.
Yeah, like
so
you did something that nobody else fucking wanted to do, and then they made it like fun, and then it's just like, damn.
Yeah, the fun part is a big thing because people are like, oh, but 1+1 was faster. But I'm like, yeah, but you didn't hate yourself. Like,
and you didn't have to multi-log, and
that.
you literally have said you don't like multi-logging.
Yeah, dude, like I was flicking prayers both accounts. Like I don't even want to talk about it. It's terrible. And this is another really bad one. And I know Madalena was just on. She worked on Group Ironman a lot, but I don't want to, I don't like Group Ironman.
Oh yeah,
like, I voted no.
Wait,
I voted no.
Wait. I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought that was one of the good things you said about Fasani's. Fasani's is one of the worst things you said because of that. Okay, now for some reason I was like, wait.
No, I don't hate Fasani's. It's not like that. Like
but
that's more
selfishly,
just like
it
selfishly it annoyed me.
Okay, I was a little confused there, but that makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I was talking all this good stuff about Fasani's. I'm like, wait, that was one of your bad things.
Yeah. So again, that was more like a meme one, but at the same time, it's like a little vendetta of mine. But it is what it is. I don't hate Fasani's. It's a great update. It just sucked that like
Your
you did all the regular Nightmare. Yeah, and now Torva's coming out, and it's like,
Dude, what are they gonna
Inquisitor
fucking
needs
do
a
with
buff.
Inquisitors? I know
And
you're moving on to your third thing, Group Ironman, but like just real quick, what do you think they can actually do to Inquisitors?
I
Or is it
mean,
just?
again,
I mean, I know it still has its niche, you know, to be like best crush accuracy, and people will keep saying that it's like it's still best in slot crush accuracy, but it's like, dude, like Torva
a
just.
higher number just matters.
I
A
know.
higher number just matters. So like, it's like glass cannon armor that like it just is not good enough.
What would you think? Again, what would you think about this? They made Inquisitor's helmet +6 strength.
I don't.
Is that bad? Is it bad to just touch it?
It's kind of interesting that you say that because we talked about the melee helmets being better.
Yeah.
And I never really considered that. That is a great I didn't think about that. That's a good idea, but I think that's only a start.
Yeah. I mean, I've also advocated for, instead of the 0.5 passive effect
Yep.
from the set, it would be 1, or even I was suggesting 1.25 and make the entire set 5%.
Because there's no point. There's no point unless you're wearing the full set.
Yep.
It's like, so why even have it?
Yeah.
Would you gain like 1 accuracy?
Like, yeah, nothing.
I don't even know if you gain that. No, you probably do because your accuracy is that high. But regardless, I don't know. It needs a buff. Because why kill Nightmare now if Torva's coming out? What are you gonna do it for? The mace? I mean, Harm Orb got devalued now because of the wand. So I mean, what are you doing it for?
Yeah, it's
Gotta be a reason.
yeah. And it's
Needs to be
literally
high.
like the most recent PVM. So it's not even like it's been out for years and years. It's like you're just
That-
directly devaluing this now. But we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll
Less cool because everybody has it now. And this, okay, all right. But yeah, Group Ironman. I think it's great to have in the game. Like if you and your buddies want to go make a Group Ironman team and like that be an option, that's great. But I'm afraid of like them spending time on it. That's what I don't like. I don't care that people play it, but like I don't want them to go out of their way and spend dev time on that, which is selfish because we did that with Iron Man.
Yep.
But Iron Man's been around forever now, so
Yeah, I agree. I try to look at it like I have zero clue how much time they actually allocate to certain things, but
True.
I don't know. It's like
me too.
yeah, there is potential to take a long fucking time with updates and like group storage, potentially tradable untradables. I don't know if they're gonna go down that route though. I was talking to Elena. I was thinking tradable clue scrolls would be cool without thinking about it too
I
deeply.
remember. You were saying like all like untradables like void and stuff, but she was saying her concerns, which is a great point, that if you traded untradables to like certain accounts that didn't have the requirements for them,
Just be weird.
how
It'd
would
be
that work?
game-breaking,
Like
private
e
server.
gloves, like yeah, exactly. You have weird account types like that. PvP builds, like
Yeah,
that
it's
wouldn't really
for
make
the
sense.
best that they don't do that.
Yeah, and I think they should have like if you're gonna do Group Ironman, you gotta like full send like everybody shares the same house. Like, oh, that'd be so cool. Imagine
Bro.
we're killing a boss together. You telly into the house together. Like, oh man,
Yeah, I was a huge fan of that. Sharing
that's
house.
a great idea.
I saw a Reddit post. I fucking knew this shit would happen. I'm just surprised it was happening so soon. But I don't know if you saw it. Some guy was complaining that he made literally the premise of the story is he made a group Ironman with 4 other randoms like that he didn't know. Like he was just on the island. He's just like, so that's like step 1. You already know that's going bad. But then his leader played for like a week, quit. And then the leadership went to the second person who was some other random. And then so then the other 3 teammates were actually playing. And the person that got the leadership pass on to stop playing. And then he was ghosting them. So they were in like a Discord together. And basically the leader was like, fuck you guys. I'm not going to let you guys like kick me out of the team. And then like... Anyway, he like apparently leaders can like lock the group storage and shit, so they can't even like get their stuff. Crazy stuff. Anyway, but like he was complaining on Reddit, it's like, please, like let us be able to kick out this guy. I'm like, people in the Reddit comments are like, bro, you you fucked up. You just got to realize you fucked up
Yeah,
and
like,
make
you
a new.
shoulda known.
You just make a new group. Like you can't trust random. Like this is not on Jagex to fix. Like Jagex is clearly stated. Like this is how it works. This is how leadership works. You know, trust your teammates. Don't go with fucking randoms. And this is exactly what he did. So. And people are like, you're just gonna have to restart. He's like, I've already gotten 200 quest points, B glove. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, you did all that with fucking randoms. Like, bro, you're going hard. And like, why did you even? What like? Okay, here's the other question. Like, why do you even sign up with randoms? Like,
I guess. I mean, I don't want to say no friends, but like, you know,
but like,
just
why
thought you
wouldn't
would
you just play
create
it?
some. Yeah, I don't know.
weird.
That's the point of regular Iron Man. You have no friends, play that. I don't know.
It's literally weird to me. Like that is so strange to make a team with randoms, like people you've never met before. Like, bruh, like you that is just destined for failure. Like you got to have seen that. I don't know.
Thank God they made it that you can't revert to a regular Iron Man.
That would
from a
piss
group
me off.
Iron.
Yeah, that would have pissed me
Yep.
off so bad.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm sure that guy's probably thinking it like, oh, now I wish I was a regular Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah. So I don't know. I just want more like main game content. Like I don't know. Like I feel like we have leagues, we have Demon mode. I know Demon mode's making like a comeback now of being like a yearly thing. Just like all these little extra game modes, and then working on extra on Group Ironman. Like I don't know. It makes me like think that we're gonna go down the same road. Like TOB was a long time ago. Nightmare was a decent amount of time ago. Like we don't get, you know, PvP says they get shafted like that, but like also like we didn't get that much new stuff either. So like I want them to focus on the main game more, like in 2022 and ongoing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought Group Ironman would push that they wouldn't, or they would focus on, you know, fixing that or making it more quality of life, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's good to have in the game, but I don't want that. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I'm selfish.
No, it's totally fair. All right,
But they kind of nailed it a little bit, honestly, with most of the stuff, like the group storage. I like that. The people that are playing it and having a good time, it does look fun, so I'll give them that.
I think we already covered the other two. He mentioned like how many years until the game dies. You already brought that up, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Got a
go
long
on for a
time.
really long time. Yeah, if it didn't die already, why is it gonna die now? Unless they literally do RS3, which every update people are like they're gonna do RS3 or like they're gonna do EOC, and it's like, why would they ever do that? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right.
Probably just memes.
Couple questions from Matt. He asks, what is your stance on endgame PVM at the moment? What inclined you to rebuild? And what, we'll just say, what things would you like to see from PVM in the future?
I know you glossed over if I miss him, but yeah, I missed Matt. I used to raid back in the day. Him, Corbin, RNGB Nice, Supreme Iron, Slap Fight, Zora Scales. That was my main raid team. And Matt was a regular main account. Most of us were Ironmen.
Yikes.
And he would
I'm kidding.
always say, I'm never making Ironman, all that kind of stuff. Never, ever, ever. Matt is a very late game Zuck helmet having Ironman now. Like
Damn.
full send into it. And you know what? This is like actually a pretty good topic for it. Is that like, you know, I used to tell him back in the day that if you make an Ironman, you have to solo everything and you get better at the game. And he thought that was like bullcrap, but like, dude, he is so good now. Like he's so good. And like I have a feeling it has a lot to do with being an Ironman and like having to do everything yourself like that.
Yep.
But yeah, so what inclined me to rebuild? I just missed the game, of course. I mean, I thought it might be fun to like, since I dropped everything, like what would my route be? Like if you dropped everything and had to restart, what would you do? Like,
bruh, I don't even want to fucking think of that scenario.
like what are you gonna
Jesus
go get?
Christ.
Are you gonna go get a blowpipe first? Like what do you like? I started with full void, an arc
God,
light.
you dropped
All
over
I-
your voice.
Dude, no. I have void. All I had was full void,
Oh, okay.
an arc light, an infernal cape. That's all I had. I kept the infernal cape.
Yeah.
That was the only. I was like, yeah, I'm not dropping that. And that's all I had. And
Jesus
I thought it
Christ.
might be fun. Like, would it? Let's go to
Here,
Gorillas. Let's get this. Let's go to Zora. Get this.
I want to quickly ask, how long did you take a break from RS for? Like when you dropped all your shit to coming back, how long was it?
People memed me and they were like, "Oh, back already, huh?" Yeah, probably like only 3 months, but like 3 months
Okay, that's.
is
I was thinking like 3 weeks. But
no. Like I stuck with it. Like I went to the gym like every single day, like
Yeah.
just nonstop. Just wanted to lose whatever fat I had gained or anything like that. Just went super hard.
When did the urges come back? So you probably had urges before you actually like were like, fuck it, I'll just get back on.
So I would still watch not Twitch, but YouTube. I mean, I watch a lot of
it's
YouTube.
dangerous, man. That's dangerous. Like you're
Yeah,
getting the urges, so you're watching it.
I watch YouTube way more than Twitch.
Yeah.
And, every now and then I was like, I feel like doing a raid. But I will say this, I would do like one raid and I'd be like, yeah, this is why I quit. I don't even feel like doing it. But I was playing on my main. So like, it didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
And then just at one point I was like, that's it. Gotta do it. But I wanted it to be like a Twitch thing. Like just stream the entire rebuild. But then it became like, okay, wait, like that's gonna take like a year plus. And it did. And it was fun at first. Like it was super exciting. Cause like every single Slayer task I got, it was like, oh, I gotta go kill this thing. I need this, like everything was exciting. So it was cool. It was kind of like a boss rush, but you had to gain everything yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone's wondering what I'm still missing, it sucks to say, but I'm missing the big ticket items. I'm missing T-Bow and Scythe, and that is it. I have everything else back. That's just what I'm missing.
Everything else back and more. Like you got Inquisitors.
True. And that's actually the rebuild made me do that. I wanted to do the grinds differently. I did chambers and like bandos, like and all that kind of stuff, but I saw Inquisitors was better. And I was like, you know what? I want to do it in Inquisitors. Like that's the new thing. It's best in slot. Like that's cool. Like it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go grind it out. And that's why I did it.
I was gonna ask, like, so I mean, I know there's still other questions, but what are your plans for combat achievements? Because I know Scythe and T-Bow are fucking massive. Like, it's just like stupid to do without it. Do you plan to do it after you get all your items?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do it. There's no point to.
Yeah.
Since I've been killing Corp, I mean, I literally haven't left there. But like, I'm not really gonna like go out of my way to do certain things. I guess some of them you kind of have to. I'm just gonna play until like I finally have those items, then I will.
Yeah.
But like if I ever like, I go kill Hydra and I see like certain tasks, like I'm just gonna go do them, obviously.
Yeah.
That's really it. But yeah,
I know you haven't done all the tasks or anything, but like what are your overall thoughts on combat achievements? Was that one of the good updates of the year? Like I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Definitely good. I don't know how much more, like people are like, oh, we want more rewards and stuff, but like I don't know how deep they should go with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think what they have now is fine, and like the extra little clue stuff that you said, like percentage of getting master clues from clues and mimics and stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that like you gain like the best stuff ever in the game for doing it.
Yeah, like a new Infernal cape that's plus 12 strength or some shit.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine
Everything
that?
should be cosmetic. Yeah, no. Everything should be cosmetics, which I would love an Inferno hard mode.
What would you think? Okay, wait. Let me ask you this. I know there's already a cosmetic Slayer helmet, of course, but what if there was a cosmetic Infernal cape from completing it? Would that be too much? Like, was that like it is just purely cosmetic? Just like the thing is, like, this is the first time I've ever asked. It's just literally just a thought that popped into my head, but I don't even know if they could make a better looking Infernal cape. Honestly, it'd probably look worse.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen RS3's new cape, but Jesus, that thing is ugly. Like I don't hate RS3 or anything, but I don't know if you've seen it, but it is really bad.
I saw the trailer for that and I was like, dude, I can't even like tell what anybody's wearing. It all just looks like fucking cartoon armor and like
Dude, because they're having override on. For the longest time, I was like, why is everyone naked? It's because they're wearing armor, but like, you don't even know it. Like, you don't even know what they're wearing.
I don't understand that game, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It made a revival, and
I mean, shout out to the people that enjoy it, you know. But like,
some of my friends are still kicking on it. But
I can't play it. I think it's just simply the fact that I think Ironman doesn't have microtransactions in RS3, right?
Yeah, you can't. So
okay. That is the one saving grace, I feel like. But again, I've never played it. I don't actually. I don't have a good take on it.
Iron Man. I don't know how you play main in that game nowadays. Because like, you'd be like, oh, I got all this stuff. You'd be like, oh yeah, I spent $10 and got it too. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's really how it goes. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I probably won't ever dive into it, mostly because I'm too invested on this account. Like, even like when leagues come out, people are like, you're gonna play leagues? I'm like, oh, I'm not making progress on this account. I don't know. Like, I'm like, I need Scythe, I need Tebow before Raids 3 comes out, and like next. Like, I'm and freaking Arcane's taking forever.
It's fucking tough to like. I want it. So I think Next is coming out 2 weeks before Leagues, I believe, or it's yeah. Next is coming out January 5th, and then I think Leagues coming out January 19th. I think. Like that's just like Have
you played Leagues?
I've never done Leagues ever, and I
remember you would talk about them.
I want to do. Oh, I've only talked about them because I would watch Leagues content, so I kind of know what's going on. And I've talked to a lot of guests on the cast that have done Leagues, and they enjoyed it. And I think I would enjoy it, but like, bruh, you gotta like, I disagree with people that say, oh, quit releasing things at the same time. I'm okay with that, but like Leagues, if I wanted to play it and enjoy it, you can't have anything come out before or after that. Like, you just gotta like Leagues would have been perfect right now. If that was when they planned it, I would be doing Leagues right now. I kid you not. If it came out early November, like they said.
I was about to say, what do you think about the delay? Did they make a mistake?
No, that's fine. They can do whatever they want. But like selfishly, I would have done it in November because nothing else is coming out this year. You know, just like that's what it feels like. So it's like, okay, I can waste some time. You know.
That was a good point that people had. They were like, okay, you delayed it. So now what's going to happen November, December? Do you have anything? And like, they were just quiet. They got nothing. Like,
or they keep having new things like, yeah, there's a new dual arena update. Oh, it's coming out in 3 weeks though. Like, oh, this new thing's, but it's coming out later.
But yeah, right. Everything being teased.
I'm personally am like, I'm like it out. I'm an outlier. I don't actually care when things get updated or not. Of course, I love updates, but I have so many goals that those aren't influencing if I burn out or not. Like, I'm chilling with what we have right now. I have so many goals. They could not have an update for 3 years and I'd still be playing hard. Like, of course, I'd want updates, but like that's not dependent on me like quitting the game.
Right.
Again,
no, I think that's why a lot of people did jump to RS3. They were like, we want something new.
Yeah.
And I think Jagex noticed that. That's why we're getting like Next was so out of left field. It was like, all right, Raids 3 is coming. All right, that's our update. That's hype. I don't know where they're like, look at this. That was cool.
That's
like,
what I like it when they do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like we weren't even fucking expecting this. Yeah.
I like that though.
They did something similar to that. I feel like in past years. Like a couple years ago, I felt like they did something like that where it's just like all of a sudden this random new thing. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. Can't remember. But yeah, I like little things like that. I even like little updates like Sarachnis came out. Like that was just cool. And this is before I even thought Sarachnis was good at all. I didn't know clue rates and stuff. But like introducing a new dungeon with a new little boss, like stuff like that's just really fun.
It's weird. It's like they pull some stuff and then they just release some stuff.
Like, well, I mean, they still pulled it, but like they
did they?
Yeah.
Arachnis?
I'm almost certain. I mean, I'm not positive, but like they pull everything. It just doesn't ever like. Sometimes I just completely forget that they pull stuff though.
Yeah, I don't vote, so.
I vote on stream, just because I can influence maybe a few more votes.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, some things I just don't even care to vote on. Like just like pointless stuff I don't care about. But for big updates, I'll vote.
Yeah, like I voted on Group Ironman, and I think that's the like the only thing I voted on in like the whole year, if not plus. Like, I don't know. Not a tinfoil hat guy, but I don't know. Those votes didn't make all that much sense to me. Like,
Something Matt asked as well was like, I guess we kind of already have covered this, but like stance on Endgame, and then what would you like to see from PVM? Is there anything like way down the line, like I don't know, 3 or 4 years from now that you'd like to see?
wow. So the bow, yeah, the Zarite bow. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I just think that Torva is really. I just can't believe they're actually doing it. Like, I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
Like, it's funny that they really even said too. They're like, all right, you caught us. Like, we were afraid of power creep, but I mean, you backed us into a corner. We kind of have to at this point.
That's
So,
what I love. Is like they truly like they really do listen to the community.
yeah,
Like,
they don't have to.
They do a lot of fuck ups, but for the most part, man, like they're really good with me. Again, I got a compliment from Mod Light just saying like the blog, like reading out the blog, some of my rambles and stuff is like invaluable to her as a community manager. Like that fucking is awesome. Like that's just so cool to like have some sort of say, in what comes out in the game we all love. And like I'm blessed to have the opportunity to like be the kind of like spokesperson sort of for my little community, and
Yeah,
get
she'll
some
hold your
engagement.
opinion in higher regard than some like Twitter person just being like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
You know?
and but I like it that like everyone's heard. So like my community, like people will give great ideas in the comments of my videos, and like that will be taken into consideration. So it's not just me; it's like everyone's getting involved, and I think Jagex just does a great job listening to people, and they're
Yeah.
so invested in Discord communities and Twitter. They're all over Reddit. They're all over. Like it's just cool.
I was shocked to see how many Discords they're in and stuff. Like, they do get to see a pretty broad, like,
They go
different
they go
stances and
out of
stuff.
their way. They're not even paid for it, and they just do it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they love the game,
Yep.
Which again, I remember Monolena talk about like if you would potentially like ever work at Jagex and stuff like that, and like, oh man, I could never. I think it's awesome and everything, but I don't want to ever lose that like love for the game like
Yeah,
that.
that's why I always ask them. I'm like, do you feel like you kind of lose your passion to play the game because you're fucking making it? Like I would be, I don't know. I wouldn't look at the game the same. Like going for some crazy grinds. I'd be like, I make the game now. I can just make things easier whenever. It almost just feels like you can like just cheese it almost like if you had
I
direct
would
control.
be way too biased. I would change everything that I hate. Like Zarpus room, like the exhumes, I would change that. That was like probably like my first thing I would change going in there. I just hate that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they could have made it where like imagine you had to like use movement and actual skills with your teammates to be like, all right, like I know you do that now, you get your own corners, but like it actually mattering how fast you get to them, your reaction like time and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's almost like a whack-a-mole thing. And it could speed it up if you're faster. Like I just like speed running stuff like that. So like
No,
that would be cool.
100%. That whole beginning of the room is just painful, and it used to be
used to be
so much worse.
worse.
Yeah, we both thought of the same thing.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
We would sit there, and like when you do the goblin bow and the goblin salute, like over
Yeah,
and
you'd be
over,
emoting and stuff.
you'd like stall. Yeah, but you could like do like the walk back and forth, and as soon as you see when you'd run up to it, but you'd be like 2 tiles away visually doing the fucking dance shit. Like
Yeah.
you'd spend like fucking 3 minutes doing that shit every raid.
Yeah.
God.
That was ridiculous. They did change it, made it better, but I think it could still be like a better mechanic than it is. But I guess what are you gonna do?
Bazam has some questions. We've already covered most of them, but I want to ask and I think we've pretty much already covered this one as well. But first of all, would you do a rebuild again now that you've done one? And the second thing is, what's after you get the arcane?
Rebuild again. I mean, how do I say no?
Don't even think. Just don't even let me think of that.
I mean, yeah, I would. I mean, if someone hacked my account and like I had to restart, I don't No, man, it would suck remaking the account because like the stats is what really is hard to regrind for me because maxing was such a struggle for me. Like I didn't do like that many efficient stuff when it came to maxing. It's hard to do all that kind of stuff. Agility was the worst one, I think. I somehow enjoyed runecrafting more, I think. Going around in a circle was tough. But yeah, I could re-get the items. I could never regain the stats, I think.
Yeah.
So if I made a new account, I would never max, but I would, get the items back. And after the arcane, I know people are like, they don't understand. They're like, Travis, a twisted bow or a scythe is so much better than the arcane. Why are you doing this? And I'm just stubborn. I got the ancestral top after 2,500 raids. Finally got it. Never had it before. And I was like, you know what? I'm one item away from max mage. Might as well go for it. And then when they did that, they came out with the upgrade. And I was like, well, I mean, you can't stop now.
Yeah.
So.
And you want to be prepared for raids 3. And I mean, of course, Tebow and Scythe would also be preparatory, but
Yeah, I just think I have more time for them. And I find them more fun.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you have the motivation to do corp, fucking send it. Like that's rare.
Exactly. Actually, it's not even motivation at this point. It's stubbornness. I will not stop. I feel bad. I've had some friends hit me up for TOB, and I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, I will not leave because I know once I do, I haven't done a raid or anything like that in months, and that's all I used to do in the game. So like, it's weird, but I'm enjoying it. I'm watching a lot more Twitch than I used to. And I can be interactive in chats and stuff. Because normally when I'm playing, I'm actively clicking and everything. So I don't know.
Corp's that nice balance of like a little bit of quick effort, and then you just get like that pretty chill 3 minutes of killing it, just chilling.
Yeah, I used to go back and forth doing food and this, but this is just so nice, and it's not. It's too comparable.
Yeah.
For me to go out of my way and do food. Like if food was like twice as good or something like that,
or like even like two or even if it was like consistently 3 more kills an hour, like that would be.
But it's just not. So I mean, maybe one day. I just don't know that they'll ever make corp where you don't just make it a chicken.
Will you go for Ellie? Sorry for interrupting.
Ooh, will I go for Ellie?
If you get an arcane first. Of course, it'd be a dream to get an Ellie first. Then.
Yeah, that's a dream, of course, which is crazy because never would have ever thought that I would even get close to Ellie drop rate. But it just hit.
Like I was saying, man, it sneaks the fuck up on you. Like, I'm not there yet, but like, I'm already within, like, I'm like under 1,500 kills away from Ellie drop rate, which is crazy because I'm 1,700 dry right now of a sigil. So it's like, that didn't feel like too crazy of a grind. So to do that again is like, I'm past.
I don't know, bro. I just broke mine, as you've seen. Got my 5th spectral.
If you guys haven't seen this guy's log, no pet, no arcane, no Ellie, 5 spectrals, and like how many jars? 2 or 3?
5 jars.
5. God damn it. Oh, fuck. 5 jars, 5 spectrals. And what's your KC?
3,695.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it sucks. That. So like, yeah, I'm like 400 kills away from Ellie drop rate. So yeah, but you're only like 60% chance to like get an item on drop rate or something. I don't know the math. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's like 60 something. But at the same time, you still hit rate. So after you go that, you are dry for an Ellie specifically.
Yeah. I do have an okay sigil rate, 5 sigils. Like I think I should have 1 more or something like that. But just the fact that every time it's been the shit one is just it's comical. At least I can laugh at it, I guess, even though I'm probably dying inside.
Yeah. 7. Yeah, I mean, you should have 7 sigils by Ellie rate, correct? And like one of those should be an Ellie.
Right. That makes sense. So, yeah.
Fuck, man. Or I think so, right? Am I wrong on that?
It'll happen. My heart will drop, just like when I got the Inquisitor Mace. I don't know about for you, but my heart, like, felt so good.
I'm. It's been over 2 years since I saw my last sigil, so definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
Do you have loot beams on?
Yeah, I have loot beams and the collection log thing.
Oh, it's gonna look so good. Like I
I
don't
mean,
know if you get like onyx bolts and you get beams, but I
no,
don't.
no, I get beam. No, I don't get beams for that, but I do get beams for elite clues. But they're red beams, and I'm very used to it. But any other
Okay.
color beam is like way different. Like even though it's still a beam.
Right. I don't know if mine's gonna be different, but every time I've gone to spectral, it's been purple. So like it just yeah, like it just like goes hand in hand. That I know I got some shit. uh, it is such a good feeling though. It's cool that you got the mace like on stream. Like unfortunately, I was streaming a lot of my corp, but like at the same time, I'm too addicted to like watching like Netflix and YouTube right now. So
Yeah,
I
you
haven't been streaming much.
you were asking about like, before this, you're asking like how was it getting a mace day one Fasanis when you could have milked it, potentially.
Yeah.
But man, the fact that I got a mace on stream at the most hype day possible for me to get it with so many viewers at the very end of an 18-hour stream.
Oh,
Bro, you just like you can't beat that. Like I don't know. I know it sounds cringe as fuck, but it was a magical moment. I was
no,
so
yeah. I
tired.
mean, the stars
Yeah,
align.
I know. I was so exhausted. I was like, I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more kills after this. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna, wake up, do the same shit again for potentially months. And like just seeing, I was like, what the? Like I forgot the Nightmare dropped shit. Like I just, you just
Yeah,
start.
did you get anything else? Like, did you get like an Inquisitor piece from
Nah, it was
Fasani or
just
no?
mace. Just like that was the first
Of
item.
course.
And I was like,
That's
wow,
how LNG
I
works.
you just get so in the zone. It's like you killing corpse. Like you don't even expect anything. You're just doing it to kill it, and you just forget that things drop stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you doing so like with me doing corp, like I don't want to set that like oh I need to kill a certain amount a day. But like in my mind I do get like annoyed at myself like oh I only killed like 15 or something like that. I'll be like come on, got to do more than that cuz got to get it before raids 3 and
Yeah.
next and all that kind of stuff. But did you do that with Nightmare? Did you
Nope.
set like oh, he didn't.
And I actually that actually is I think a flaw with me is I have very little discipline, and it like goes both ways. Like it's a game. Like RuneScape's a game, so you want to enjoy it, and you don't want to set like you don't want to be disciplined in a game if it's like making you miserable. But I don't actually
Yeah.
think being disciplined would make me miserable. I think it would actually just make me a lot more productive in the game. Because I don't know. I never set myself goals, and people that do, like one person that always sticks out is Ginny RS. He's the first person to get this account.
Yeah.
That dude goes
What a beast.
fucking ham. Like you should look up his account. Just look up Ginny on the OS Buddy high score, or not OS Buddy. God damn it, RuneLight thing panel. But his boss log's nuts. His collection log's nuts. He has like so many fucking pets. He would come into my stream and just be like, yeah, I finally finished my daily 50 corp kills. He's moving on to something else. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you just have like this random thing like daily 50 corp kills and like something. I was like, that's dedication and that's like discipline. Like me, I'll just have a day where I'm like, we'll just not go as hard, just kind of chill, watch some stuff.
Yeah, there was some guy in solitary that was doing that as well, but like I swear to God, he was saying he was getting like almost 100 kills a day. I think he was saying he could do corp while working. So like maybe that's why, but like I swear he was getting like 100 a day.
Bruh, that like was this like this was when you could alt it, right? Hopefully.
No, recent.
Jesus Christ. See, I've done 150 in one day. That was 27 and a half hours
Oh my
on stream.
God.
And
Jesus Christ.
dude, I was like hurting inside after like 110. I was like, bro, I feel sick. Like I need to like lay down.
Yeah.
Like, oh God. So
I wanted the arcane so bad that like when I first started doing corp was the most corp I've ever done. It was 90 kills and I oh my God, you don't even want to see the session time. Like it was disgusting. I was like, okay, I need to like reset my brain.
But it is cool to be disciplined. Like I believe you can probably like attest to it. Like having discipline and doing things consistently. Like that's the only thing I really have is like I play this game every day. There's been a few days where I just won't log in. Those are very rare and in between and like vacations and shit. I'm not gonna log in on mobile. I'll just enjoy my vacation. But like, yeah, my account's really well progressed because I just play every day. But I just imagine, I see like Phrygian was one of those people, Odd Hottie, and on Twitch, like he's rank 1 hard clues, but
Yeah, I know him.
he had like 60,000 birds nests and like fuck ton of secondaries of random shit, like just like consistency. Like herb runs were super consistent, birdhouses were consistent. Like he just does these things consistently and just discipline. Like he just does his herb runs, does his stuff. Like that shit builds up. Like
Yeah, I'm not disciplined when it comes to those like hourly activities.
yeah, but you're a
you just
PVMer rather than a skiller.
right, 100%. Yeah, but like I'm gonna need them for like brews and stuff. Oh, okay, hold on, we gotta bring this up because remember, I maxed before I rebuilded, and how I got my staminas was doing TOB stam boosting, and I dropped all of my staminas. Remember this, like guys, when I rebuilt, like I didn't just drop my armor and my weapons. I dropped every potion,
Fuck.
every piece of food. I killed 28k revs, all the GP from that, everything. So, like you can
Jesus.
imagine having 99 agility and like losing the ability to do stam boosting. I'm so upset by it. Like, yeah, I have to run roofs. Like, I literally have to.
Let me ask you, different players have different mentalities. Do you care about post 99 XP?
No, but I do have 32 million hunter XP, and that's not through birdhouses.
Just all
My
chins?
favorite skill and favorite activity in the game when it comes to skilling, because I don't like skilling that much, is one tick chin hunting.
Damn, that's cool. It is
Now,
fun.
like,
I will say, once you kind of learn it, it's pretty fun. But I don't know
yeah,
about
I mean,
favorite.
well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people watch and stuff for like my, I guess, ability in clicking and stuff, and like I value that kind of like accuracy and like just like that. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
It's
it's a
cool.
high skill. Like there's a high skill ceiling to it. Like
Yeah, when you get really good at it and like you learn like the movement a lot that you can do, like it's really cool. Like
yeah,
when you could just pick up the trap and redrop it like that. And
it's
like
satisfying.
if you don't learn like all the movement correctly, like at first, like a lot of people you have to like click the exact square that the box trap is on. Meanwhile, the box trap like is majority of the square. So you have to click like a very small portion
Hmm.
of that square to do it. And when I was first doing that, like I don't know, I liked that whole like accuracy thing. I don't know why. But yeah, I killed 3,000 armadillo. So that's why I caught all those chins.
So shit. Hey, at least you got to enjoy Armadillo because you did chins. Like, you know what sucks about Arma is when you're lazy like me and you just fucking Tebow it. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
it's such a shitty grind to just even with Tebowing it. Like that's efficient apparently because you're not supposed to hunt chins for it. You're just supposed to kill it.
Right. So a little background why I killed so much armadillo was I wasn't pet hunting. I was going for the armadillo chest plate. I went extremely dry on the Arma chest plate. And again, spoiled. I mean, not spoiled. What's it called? Stubborn. So as soon as I went for it, I would not stop. So I was getting memed on basically because I had like armadillo like legs and everything, but I wore a Carol's top. So everybody's like, bro, you gotta upgrade. And I was only like 200 armadillo KC. So I was like, all right, it's time to go kill Arma.
Oh
And, you
no.
know, every 500 kill interval went by. I'm like, wait, everybody spoons this boss, I swear.
Yep.
Where, yeah. And I
Literally.
didn't get it till 2,496 for an armadillo chest plate.
Fuck that.
Yeah, which is funny because there was a point in time where I said, "Screw it, I'm not catching any more chins. I'm brute forcing this. I'm just gonna keep going in the room. I'm not even gonna get a Slayer task at this point. I'm just going in the room and killing it." Like, you know what I mean? Like I just gave
Jeez,
up
yeah.
on doing all that extra stuff. And what I did was I did this bulwark thing that people do before it was meta. So before they made this change, when you swapped from the bulwark to the T-bow, the bulwark would automatically no, the bow would swap back
To accurate.
from to accurate.
Yeah.
So when I did this at first, I would flick on the bulwark, and then you'd have to flick on the bow, then swap to rapid, shoot it, and
Every
then
time.
swap. Yeah. And
God.
I saw they made like, they were like, oh, we're gonna remember the styles. So I was like, oh, I need to get used to this method already, like fast. And of course, start doing that method, got good at it, and I ended up getting it. And it's funny because whenever people do it now, people are like, "Oh, the lake method" or something like that. I'm like, "Bro, I did that shit. Like, I did that shit." Yeah, definitely have a clip on Twitch of it. It was absolutely horrible with the clicks and everything, just what was going on. But yeah,
You talking about Armadillo really makes me pretty excited to see what the Tombs of a Mascot updated rewards are. I really do wonder what they're gonna do with that Masori.
Ooh,
Like having something really accurate or something. Like I don't know what they're gonna do, but like I'm just imagining like the new Zarite crossbow with the buckler with potentially new updated Masori going to Arma might be kind of fun. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do yet.
I
We'll have to
don't
see.
like low life.
No,
I
they're
don't
they're
like
scrapping.
dodge.
They are scrapping it. Like there's no way they're keeping that. I feel like. Again, I could be
Why?
wrong. This will be a history video, and you'll see this. Sae Bae was wrong, but
Right. He was wrong.
I really do feel like they're scrapping it. Dude, they scrapped Virtus. Like Virtus wasn't even that. I guess it wasn't that much controversy around it, but like Masori, everyone hates. I feel like so. There's no
Like,
way
if-
they're keeping it.
If the community is getting this excited, which I mean, maybe I'm just considering all the people I've talked to, but everyone seems pretty excited for Torva, and it's it's a pretty big increase in melee.
Yep.
So I don't see us being like, oh no, to like an increase in range without having like all these downsides. Like Torva has no downside.
Yeah.
It's literally just best in slot. Just
There's
wear that
no possible way they're gonna keep Masori the way it is, or even make it have a low life at all. Like I just know.
Yeah.
It.
I don't know what your plans were with it, but if it came out the way it was going to, I was going to use it, but not like the intended way, I guess. Like, I feel like if I was going to use it in chambers, but I wasn't going to use the amulet. I was just going to be like, okay, if I ever go below 40, like AKA Vasa makes you go below 40. Vespula,
Yep.
you're below 40.
Yeah, like
I
you just
felt
you
like
just get the
could
effect
use
here
it.
and there. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that would have been like kind of just okay, just like that.
Yeah, like
even like Ohm, you can
if-
not CM, but
If they didn't change it, which I'm 100% sure they are going to change it, but if they didn't, like it still has a use. There's a lot of places too where you can be below 40. Like think of Giant Mole, just Tebow and Giant Mole. Like I mean, there's obviously that's not what it's a raised item. It shouldn't be good at those places exclusively, but there's a lot of places it's still gonna be decent.
yeah, Hydra I felt like was just the obvious one since you
Yep.
take no damage.
Yep. So
Other than that, not too many other places. I guess you could probably come up with a few, but 40 was just too low. Like why couldn't it have been 50 or 49, something like that? Like I don't know.
it just doesn't work in RuneScape. Like
Yeah, it just doesn't.
I
The benefit wasn't good enough.
I want to kind of bring up ideas, but honestly, I think it's just like I have my own ideas. Lucid Dream and I talked about some as well, but we'll just wait until instead of speculating, they're literally in the next few days they're going to come out with what they're proposing. We'll talk about that then.
Good idea.
I'm looking at topics. I just see whale, armadillo, chestplate. Guess we covered that.
Yeah, see, people knew.
Mafia asks, "What does 42 mean to you?"
Oh, this is a weird one. I'll spare the going too in depth with it, but so when I was young, I had a best friend named Brandon who lived like down the road, and his family had like this friend. Their family friend had this kid named Keith, and Keith was our friend too. Come over all the time, hang out. And one day he basically just told me and him that his friend started seeing the number 42 and just like told him about it. And he was joking around like, oh, now I see it all the time. So like we kind of were joking around that we were too, but it became like a little bit too real where like you would joke around with it, but then like, just so happened I look at the clock, oh, yeah, 42, what the hell? Your mind looks for it. I don't, it just happens. But what really solidified it, I feel like, was years back when I was dating this girl, and she was even in on it. Like everybody at one point, I kind of like share it with or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I just cursed you. Which, by the way, I just cursed everybody here. But so
This is the whole reason. This is the whole reason you're on the cast, is for this one moment to curse.
right, yep. Somebody's gonna be like, God damn it! Like, next day, just seeing it on the clock. So yeah, she was at her like grandmother's or something like that, and you know the Alexas. Her brother just like asked the Alexa like, what's the meaning of life? And I swear to God, it just goes 42. And if you Google what is the meaning of life, it comes up the number 42 because some weirdo wrote some book about it being the answer of life. I don't know, and it freaked me out. And I was like, Jesus Christ, something is with this.
See,
Like,
I thought 23 was the number that was crazy.
I don't even know. There's
Maybe-
probably a couple.
Yeah. I've also heard 42, but I've heard 23. I think more often. Like 23
Yeah, it's
is
just
like
kinda,
the crazy. I don't know, like the perfect number or something. Maybe that's what it is, like the perfect number or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's just because that guy wrote that weird book about it. Like, it just so happened that like, why would Alexa say that? And like, I wasn't even there for it. She like recorded it and she was like, I have to show you this. She was like, you're never gonna believe
Fuck.
this. As soon as I watched the video, I was like, yep, no, see, I knew it this whole time. So,
All right, I
yeah,
just thought it was
weird
like
story, but
I thought it was like some Jersey number or something. Just like 42.
yeah, that makes more sense than what I'm saying. I'm not crazy, everybody. I swear. Maybe a
Okay,
little bit.
there is a couple topics on this, but people are complimenting your clicks, and Tita is one of them, saying, "How the fuck are your clicks so good?" And before I go there, there's another topic saying, "Which mouse do you use?" by DK Ho. He's asking.
I use a Razer Death Adder Elite, and if you look up that mouse and try to buy it, there's like a new version of it, like V2 or something like that. Do not get that one. You would think it's very similar and everything, but for some reason it's just like not. I've tried to use it. Maybe, I've tried to even use the G403 that people say is really good. Like me and Corbin would talk a lot about like our mouse and stuff because he has really good clicks as well, and that's what he uses. But it's just what you're used to, and I definitely recommend Razer Death Adder Elite, the original one. I've only been able to find it on Amazon, and these they definitely tend to double click after like a year.
Yeah.
So I always buy like a new one every now and then. But
I
that's the mouse I use.
I have a Razer Mamba Elite, and
Mamba Elite.
same thing. It kind of like I've had 3 of them so far, and usually after about a year, again, I play a lot of fucking RuneScape, click a lot.
Me too. Yep.
So yeah, it's like usually about a year I start getting double click issues or like not clicking issues, and it's just kind of annoying. But I feel like a year's worth of use for like $70-$80 and that's how much this is. It's like $80, I think. It's decent.
Yeah, this is like 60 or something like that. Whatever, if I get the mouse I like to use, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll even be able to switch from this Mamba Elite. It's fucking nice. I don't know. I know a lot of people have shade on like Razer products, but damn, I don't know. It smells pretty nice. It's got everything.
I've never
I need.
really used like their headsets or anything. I know my brother had one, but like I've only used the mouse. And it's so funny because when I was younger, my friend Mark down the road, he had this mouse, and then like he would play online games at the time, and I didn't. All I played was RuneScape, so all I had was like whatever mouse my mom had on the living room computer or whatever. And I used to play, and I'm like, dude, this is like too big, or like it just like didn't fit my hand right. And then I don't know why I ever like started using it, but I did. And yeah, just what I use. So something that like people, they ask me like, oh, what DPI do you play on? Like it seems quick and everything, and like it always surprises people that I play on 400. I don't know what you play on. But
So I play on 800, but my client's 4 times as large as a default fix, so it's almost like I'm playing on 400. Like if
Okay,
you were to just
interesting.
see my client, it's like because my cursor is moving twice as fast, but the side to side is literally twice as far. It's like it's almost as if I'm playing 400.
Hmm.
You know what I
Do you
mean?
use like a 144 hertz monitor? Yeah,
Yep.
no, I've tried to play with your settings before. I've seen it before.
Yeah. So yeah, if you were using 400 DPI on a client 4 times larger, it'd be like fucking playing on 200 DPI.
Okay, yeah, I tried it. And I was like, okay, something's wrong here, and
Yeah.
that's what it was. I couldn't move the mouse like that. But like, if you guys think about it, your inventory in the game is small. Like, it's not big. I guess for you, it's different. But
No,
um,
I mean like literally we're somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you playing. I don't know if you play a fixed client. Do you just play default fixed?
no, I play on resizable nowadays.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you play on default fixed, we're literally playing on the exact same settings.
But I
It's
think
just
like the
doubled.
inventory is the same size on resizable and fixed.
Yeah. It would be unless
Like the
you're
item size of everything.
unless you have a zoom. I don't know if your PC isn't zoomed up, right? Like you're not at like randomly like 125% zoom of everything. You're at just the basic
No,
100.
but so the way you have your settings is something that like I kind of had back then, but differently. I did used to alter like my display settings. I think I played like 1600 by 900 fixed because I thought
Mm.
fixed at regular was just too small.
Yeah, I agree.
It is too small.
It is too small.
Like I don't know how people play on that. I'm like, what is going on?
I start like squinting. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at?
If I PK, which I never PK, which basically means like if I play LMS, I do switch back to fixed with 1600 by 900 or whatever. I do that. Um, yeah, so it's kind of weird, but I used to watch a lot of Bodhi, and I still do, but like just the way he moves his mouse and everything, and like yeah, he still got me beat. Don't get me wrong, the man's a magician with that shit. Like, but just whenever I'd see him like play or anything like that, just I wanted to be able to do it as well. So I essentially just, dude, as an Ironman, you clean a lot of herbs, bro. I know you can like kind of attest to that.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
ask
clean a lot of
Coxie.
herbs. Oh man.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Coxie, guys. I want to get him on the cast. I
Oh,
love the
man.
guy. I talk shit, but no, he's a good guy.
It's
Anyway.
funny because every now and then I'll like joke around and pull out like an inventory of herbs like on stream and I'll see how fast I could do it and people will be like, "Oh, this is Coxie, huh?" Like, man, I love Coxie. Even like, dude, I felt like when like no one even like really knew who I was at one point. Like, well, still don't know, but he would be like, I'd say anything in his chat, and he would be like, "Oh, Travis42, great PVM or stuff like that." And I'm like, "How do you even know me? What's going on?"
That's awesome.
So he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, always complimentary and everything. He's a good dude. But yeah, I just wanted to mimic that, and I just overall just started doing stuff like that, and then like. I would see Corbin doing like all this like 4-0 stuff and everything, and I'm like, I got to be able to do that. Corbin is like my inspiration of like, I see how good he is now. I'm like, God damn, dude, like I got to be as good.
He's
But like
talented.
he's another tier over me now. But back then we were pretty close. I would say he's definitely taken that leap over me now. But click wise, we're both pretty around each other, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Which if I put myself with him, I feel pretty good about it. The fact that Exact like went out of his way to like say that, I don't know if you saw, but like they were talking about like how to beat the Inferno like speed run record, and he was like, you need to take like Wooks's brain or Jolenine's brain, but you need Travis 42's clicks to beat it. I was like, damn. I was like, out of all people, like, come on, man. Like, Exact. Like,
That's awesome. Exact is so fucking cool, man. Such a cool
absolute
dude.
beast. Pulled up my stream in his stream and like watched me do like a 4-0 thing. I'm literally just playing the game one night and I don't know where my follower alert just keeps going off. I'm like, what is going on? And someone's like, yo, Exact's like showing you off on stream. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah,
What a humble man.
little plug for myself, I guess. But yeah.
You play on 144 hertz or higher, I'm hoping.
Yes, sir. 144.
Yeah. Are you tempted ever to switch to 240? Like I'm
Dude,
kinda,
I almost bought it. My
What-
friend
what-
Psycho was sending me one, but it was like $400+, and I'm like, man,
yeah, that like
I'm
for
not
me,
strapped for cash, but like still, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like I mean, I was looking at these like $550 ones, and I was like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it went higher.
yeah, I was like 550. Like that's it's not like decent price, honestly. Like compared to some that I was looking at like $1,200. But I'm like, I mean, I would need to get two. First of all, you can't have two different refresh rates on two different. I'm assuming you played two monitors. Hopefully,
I do.
Okay, I was gonna say you're not a one monitor gang, are you?
But I actually do what you're saying.
What?
Like my other monitor is a 60 hertz.
Oh no! Fuck. That's
Uh,
how do you even stand
I
it?
don't look at it that much though.
I know, but
guess
it's not
unless
about
I'm
looking at it.
watching
It's about
YouTube.
moving your mouse over there, and everything gets laggy.
Yeah, I barely ever do.
Okay, well,
I just watching something.
Okay, so
like
like-
I put it over there, I click something, and then like I watch it for like an hour. You know?
okay.
Maybe that's
it's like
helping
my
me.
OCD is just like it's just hurting. Like the fact that even if I were to never look over there, but just knowing deep down that it's 60 hertz, I'd have a fucking aneurysm.
Knowing. So if you bought the 240, you would buy two. Damn, now that's an
Yeah.
investment.
Oh, I'd have
It'd
to.
be
So
like a
that's why I
grand.
haven't yet. Like, because I'm just like first of all I can't fucking afford it, and the second thing is like it's not.
What about just
It's not
so
necessary.
even the 140 wouldn't do it? Because like people do say you don't notice that much. of a difference, but
144 is like that's like optimal. Like that's like that you're just chilling. It's cheap nowadays to get 144. Listen, guys, if anyone's listening to this and you feel like you don't have great clicks, literally upgrade your monitor from your 60 or 75 or whatever you have to a 144. Like that alone over any mouse will improve your clicks. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna call someone out right now because I know he might be listening at some point. Rocket, you need to buy a 144 hertz monitor.
Does he have
we were talking
60?
the other day. He does. We were talking about it the other day, and he's like, dude, I heard it does like nothing, and I'm like, like, you're mistaken,
Bro, like
my
people, yeah,
friend.
you just can't understand until you get it. Like, I don't know.
He's
Which,
like, I don't. He's like, I don't understand how it would make me like improve my clicks or anything, and I'm like, just smoothness. Like
it's like,
just, it
listen, like
matters.
move your mouse really quick across your screen. How many times are you seeing your like cursor? You know, like how large of a space is it in between where you're just moving really really fast? Like that literally shrinks. Like you can see exactly where you're clicking faster than you could with 60 hertz, and people are like, "Oh, your eyes can't." Your eyes can see. Your eyes can see.
I don't
the difference.
understand. Like I think my brother might have been just joking around, but I swear when I got it, my brother was like, "I do not see it," and I'm like, "You're lying." I'm like, "You're crazy. Like you're just trying to invalidate my purchase or something." Like,
No, 144 is crazy. And you know what? I just have to say this. Like, I want to ask you as well, because you do have good clicks, is like, I've always noticed if I'm really hyper focused on my clicks, I think the best way to improve your clicks like instantaneously is to look at every single thing you're about to click. Like actually move your eyes like to the thing you're about to click. I think like using your peripherals too much actually lowers your accuracy. So it's actually pretty insane the difference of cleaning your herbs while just looking in one, like it, like almost like looking in the center of your inventory cleaning herbs. But when you spend a little bit more effort looking at every single individual herb right beforehand, right before you click it, it's like insane the click actually. I don't know if you've noticed that. Is that just me?
no, I don't think I think my hands are faster than my eyes. No, I don't know.
It does feel that way, but it's actually like it's a conscious effort. It takes.
I was
like,
just gonna say, like, I
effort.
think I might just like already do that. I think I do that.
I think the people with the best clicks do that. I think in first person shooters, you have to be like like your eyes got to be quick. It's like throwing a
definitely
baseball.
do.
It's like, yeah, it's like throwing a baseball. It's like, or throwing any ball. It's like, you're always looking at what you're throwing at. You're not looking at the ball. You're not looking at some general peripherals. Like you're looking at your target, and that's how you get good aim. It's the same thing with mouse movement.
You don't think they're doing that? I don't know. I feel like I have to. Like, how do you?
Okay, I don't know, man. I have noticed if I'm cleaning herbs, when I'm lazy, I'm looking at generally one area of my inventory. I just kind of go for it, and then I misclick a bunch. But if I'm really hyper focused, you know what? I'm gonna embarrass myself right now. I'm gonna go to my bank and fucking.
Oh boy,
I'm gonna do this on stream again. I've just been doing fucking apatol agility. I've not warmed up, but
Yeah, how many laps?
I'm at 1782. Very, very
Oh
close.
wow.
Yeah, getting close. I've
Ah,
done it for the
damn.
past like 4 Sae Bae casts.
I know. I've seen it every time, and I'm like, it's such a good background. Like, it really. I'm glad mine has that.
Okay,
That's
where's...
awesome.
Oh, I don't have any fucking herbs to clean, unfortunately, but god
What?
damn it. Wait, do I have an herb sack full? Let's see.
Wait, you're telling me every herb in your
Oh,
bank is
I
clean?
got some. So, okay, let's warm up.
Oh, boy.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Okay, here we go. Fuck, I already fucked up. Redo.
I knew it.
Redo. Fuck, I don't got... Okay, I got enough to do this, but...
You got to do a few.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, I'm just not warmed up right now. I really
I'm
am
not
just...
even looking at it, but you're just your reaction of like, God damn
I'm
it.
not warmed
Like,
up.
this
I
is
don't have
funny.
enough herbs, so I'm almost stressing. Like, this is my one shot to do it because then I don't have any more fucking herbs. They were all just in my herb sack, and I do a good job of cleaning out my herbs. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I literally have probably like 50,000 grimy. Like I don't know. I used to be
yeah,
pretty good at it. I wonder if that spell's any good. I've never used it. That like cleans them all in the arcade spell book. It's like a new spell.
It's shit. You only get half XP, and it's just some random ass delay where you're just sitting there doing nothing.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't care about the XP, but if it's fast, you know.
It's just, I mean, it's easier, but it's like a 6-tick delay. Your dude's like warming up for it, basically. Every time you click the spell, he's like warming up. He's like, all right, time to clean these. I was like, just fucking clean them. Yeah, that was actually a very embarrassing display of my clicks. They're not that bad, but when you're literally like reclined doing a Sae Bae cast, clicking agility obstacles, like,
Oh yeah,
you gotta warm up a little bit.
yeah, 100%. Which is
Unfortunate.
funny. I just checked my herb lore XP. I gotta admit, just making potions just for like wanting to use them and not for XP, it still adds up, man. I'm almost at 22 mil, and I don't like go out of my way to like make stuff. And I've literally probably 50,000 herbs I could use. Because Chambers is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's those irrits, man.
Like, yeah, no, I don't know. This, what's also crazy? Chaos altar. Like the prayer altar in the wilderness that's literally doubled, and now with the prayer outfit over doubled your prayer XP than what it used to be. Like, I know 200 mil herb lore is insane, but like, dude, 200 mil prayer used to be insane. There's only like 3 people with 200 mil prayer on an Ironman. Like, that would only be 100 mil if it wasn't for that one update.
Yeah, like prayer's definitely been devalued a lot.
Yeah, like I have 28 mil prayer. To think that that's only 14 mil is like, what? Like,
it's only like getting 99.
I know. Like, it used to be way harder. Now it's just ashes from everything. Like, I don't know. It's cool.
I was so blessed the way I did my prayer. Like, I had a crossbow, so I went into like I did Green Dragons with the cannon crossbow, getting like 300 bones an hour, which is crazy.
At least. Yeah. If you weren't doing hard clues, you're just fucking... You can actually get up to 400 with a crossbow. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. It was just nutty. The only annoying part is you literally had to go up to every single one and pick it up. Like, like imagine just winning your inventory. Oh, that's kind of RS3.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but it is funny when you're killing shit so fast. That's the tediousness, is like picking up the... Dude,
I was thinking about that with like revs. Like, somebody literally was like, I might bring Telegrab. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Dude, Telegrab needs to be reworked to be instant. Like,
that would be cool.
Or not, you could still have the delay on you picking it up, but you should be able to move and interact with other things like during that time. I know that would be a lot of engine work potentially, but fuck, man, Telegrab's annoying. You're waiting there for 5 ticks, just can't do anything.
You know what's a weird thing? Spellbook swap. I didn't know how much it like delayed things. So like I know how like when I watched your corp guide, I saw like how you're supposed to do the spellbook swap to not lose any ticks. But did you know that during the spellbook swap, your thrall can't attack?
Yeah,
like
it's like a cannon stalling.
Yeah, it's like a stall. I didn't even know that.
Everything freaks out. Like, it's and even damage. So like corp will do like the splash attack, and like nothing will happen for 3 ticks. Then all of a sudden it'll all pile up right then.
Yeah, and like with that new update that like it shows like the healing and stuff, which I mean, I don't know about you, but they didn't even say anything about that update. It's got to have something to do with like Nex or Raids 3. Now you get to see what things heal.
Uh, I think that was. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I mean, of course, it's a benefit, but they were already doing that with like Verzik or there was like shield damage and heal damage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
but
it just
not like
wasn't for
everything
everything.
showed it. Oh yeah, Verzik did show it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't know.
think
Just
they're
all
just
these little things
streamlining it.
didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
Good
of
on them,
course,
yeah.
yeah. No, nothing else was showing it, so they just streamlined it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It just like I went into Corp and I was like, what the hell? Like, it just like blew my mind because I read like all the update stuff.
Yeah, it is weird seeing it.
Might as well show it though. There's no
Yeah.
reason not to. It's nice to have Vasa and like Tecton and stuff, I guess. Even though I haven't been to raid, so like
Oh
I
yeah, I
haven't
haven't
seen it
noticed that yet.
firsthand.
Octopus asks, favorite alcoholic beverage.
Oof. So I have like a bad problem with like acid and stuff. So like I unfortunately have a hard time when it comes to like beer just because of how much like the acidic just absolutely like destroys me. So like
Hmm.
I mean when I go out and stuff, I just get like mixed drinks and stuff. Like I just get like I guess it kind of depends that I just get there. Am I tired? Get a Red Bull vodka, some stuff like that. I would say it depends on the environment, but I definitely dislike beer because of how the acidicness is. I guess I don't really have a personal favorite, but if I had to go to, I'd definitely get like at least one or two Red Bull vodkas when I go out. So probably that.
Nice. I hate alcohol. I've
Really?
I've had it here and there, but like, dude, every goddamn like it tastes like shit. I'm sorry, man. Alcohol tastes like fucking shit.
Yeah, beer
Although,
does. That's why I'm not that upset about it.
al-
That I
al-
can't drink it.
although my brother did make a mimosa, like I
Ooh,
don't even know what I think that's just like juice with some alcohol or something. Anyway,
orange juice.
yeah, orange. Is that what it is specifically?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because that's what it was. It was like orange juice with uh some sort of vodka, but or some I don't know what it was, but I
You wanna-
literally didn't taste any alcohol. Like you like there's like a hint of it
Yeah.
at the very end, but I was like, damn, like okay, that's not bad, but it's like every time I've ever gotten drunk, I wake up and feel like fucking shit, like
Yeah, that
headache.
you gotta deal with that. I mean,
I just don't
it
like it.
does suck, but I like going out with my friends and stuff. It's fun going out, meeting random people and everything. I always get myself in some sort of shenanigans. So
Yeah, so that I guess would be part of it is like I've only ever drinking socially like twice because I didn't even the first time I ever like actually drank alcohol like my own choice to drink it like there was some incidences in middle school and shit but like was just when I was 23 so I never really had it before then and I never really have had that social experience besides just hanging out with my brother's work friends and stuff so but other than that
yeah,
like the few times I've ever had I've just been alone and I'm just like this is
yeah, I
this is
never
pointless.
casually drink. I'll never just like, oh, let me just crack a few beers or something like that, just like every night.
Yeah.
Um, I do like have an apartment and I live with a roommate, and every now and then, like when we hang out, we'll drink a little bit together, and
Yeah.
that's fun. But yeah, I don't drink alone or anything like that. It's just like when I go out, which I don't go out every weekend, but when I do, I it just makes it more fun for me. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Freaking expensive though. Holy crap.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to be like, oh, you have a, you drink alcohol. I don't. I'm better. No, I'm just alcohol is just clearly not my thing, apparently, which, is just whatever.
Yeah. In some environments, it's fun.
Yeah. New Nels. No question. Just tell Travis I love him, please and thank you. Shout out New.
Yeah. Shout out Nella. Always so nice.
Okay.
She's got a good stream. I'm really trying to get her to do a painting because I've seen you have that painting in
Yeah.
your stream, and I like that. It's so good.
Yeah, no, she's a great painter. So
Yeah,
I do
I've
have
hinted
that framed.
Yeah, I've hinted that I want like a corp thing. Like that would be cool just because of the grind or whatever, and she like knows about the grind, so I
Is
want to
she
get
gonna
one of
do it,
those.
or do you need to save up channel points? Is she offering
I
it?
need the points.
I got
No
lucky.
discount allowed for
I
being
got
a
lucky. I got a discount.
Oh, then me and her have to have a conversation. No lie.
I'm
That's fun.
I'm just scrolling through these. Do you see anything?
That's funny.
See any topics that you would like to address right now?
Um,
I'm just looking through as well, so I'll find one if you don't. But
um, here we go. Low RAM.
yeah, low RAM. What do you think about that?
So
Who asked that? Was that just it? Low RAM or
Zandy, thoughts on low RAM?
too many goddamn topics?
Zandy.
I see it. Thoughts on low RAM?
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I don't like the fact that we can click on something that like there's no purpose to, like it's dead already. So I
Everyone agrees with it. It's not even controversial. It's just fucking make us not be able to click through dead things, or
yeah.
let us be able to click through dead things. That's what I'm saying. Why
So
is there
you
still a
don't
click
care that
option?
people use it.
No, I have no problem with it. I think in the real game, sure, keep the animation. That's totally cool, but let us click through it. Why the hell are we still clicking over a dead thing that takes 6 ticks to despawn? Like,
Is that actually like all death animations?
nah, it's like 4 ticks or something. Like, think of the
Bro.
think of the corrupted gauntlet dragon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You kill
You
that
know what's
thing,
the worst?
you cannot click, and there's like 7 things that drop underneath it. Some fish, some orbs, some
Yeah, you
teleports.
gotta right click everything.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
It
let me
sucks.
just goddamn click it.
You know what's the worst? It's gotta be the longest death animation in the game. Scotizo. What the hell is going on
I know,
there?
but
Like,
at least the shit doesn't. I mean, yeah, that has its own problem. Oh, also bandos. That takes forever to get the drop, to see the drop. You know,
yeah, like I feel like even
Scotizo's
after it's
way
like
worse. But
gone.
yeah,
Like Bandos
Bandos
dies
has
and
been
there's like
gone
there's
for
a
like
delay
2
in
years,
between
and
that.
finally you see the drop.
Yeah. I think the worst possible thing though has got to be like red crabs at Berserk and stuff. Just oh my god, those damn crab
The
death
the
things. You click it,
the click box like extends
yeah, it goes all the
to the
way to like the
moon.
ceiling or
Yeah.
whatever. That I don't know. That
You're
shit's
trying, like, you
ridiculous.
literally have to tilt your whole entire camera the opposite way to guarantee that you don't click it.
Yeah, I
It's horrible.
always get hit by it, and it's like it's not even like I feel like I'm making a mistake and I should be punished for it. It's just like just stupid.
Dude, the thing
And the
is, like,
fact that you could barrage something in a pile that's like dead, and then like it cancels out your barrage. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
uh,
Happens a lot at Maiden with red crabs. Like when you kill, like you're
oh
barraging
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
pile.
And you
If you have
click
to
one that's already
recast a
dead,
new
and it's
one,
like dying.
yeah, it cancels out your barrage.
I
That's
know.
stupid.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
no,
even be able to do
there's
it.
just, it seems like such an easy fix. Like, everybody's on board with it. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it's engine work that takes them a while or something, or we just don't find it a priority. But man, that is annoying. Like, that is quality of life to the extreme. Like, please make that a thing.
yeah,
It devalues nothing. Like, it just makes the game more playable. Like, please.
yeah. It's definitely a big quality of life. Um, hmm. Anyone or SRS that you look up to, inspire to,
Ooh, wait, yeah.
or
Where is that? I
inspiring?
saw that earlier, but
It's Octopus again, my man.
ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can go on. Go
Um,
on.
I mean, I've talked about Corbin a lot. Corbin, uh, just a little history of how we became friends. So Chambers release. I used to be in a clan called Ironman CC. That's all it was called. Just a whole bunch of casual Ironmen together. And before Chambers came out, the skill level of everybody was pretty low. So when Chambers came out and we knew it was like, you bring as many people and all that kind of stuff, we were like, all right, we're gonna do this together. But then like when you start learning mechanics of Chambers, you know, you realize that some people are like holding you back, quote unquote, not to be mean, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it scales up, it's making it harder on me. You dying, makes it harder on me, all the above. So there was a point in time where like the group just kept like dwindling down to like less and less people. And it basically just turned out that me and him just realized like, okay, I think we're the best two out of everybody. And we majority of like our early raids, KC, was just duo, me and him. That's all we used to do
Wow.
is just duo chambers. And then there was a point in time when I knew, I was like, dude, you're way better than like what like the general skill is, and like you should stream. I would tell him all the time, you should stream, you should stream. He didn't have that great of a computer. But I was like, dude, you got to do it. You got to buy the computer, you got to stream. And he did. Bought the computer, started streaming, and if you ask him, he will tell you the reason he started streaming is because I told him to. So
Wow.
little motivation for him, full-time streamer now and everything.
Fucking legend. That's
Freaking love
awesome,
him.
though.
Such a great dude. So yeah, he deserves it. You know, puts in a lot of time and effort to it and everything. He's got a boom in hardcore now. I just hit 3,700 Corp KC. I want to cry. Yeah, no, he's just an awesome dude and everything. Him and Lake. I just really like Lake's a big streamer as well and everything, and they kind of allowed me to PVM with them, like when it came to like TOB and stuff. Like when TOB released, it like me and Corbin were like, all right, let's make a team together. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
always like had me, like he knew that like, all right, I want Travis to be with me, you know, because I PVM'd with him like a ton.
Yeah.
So when Lake wanted to start, he was like, all right, it's me, you, and Travis. So I was like kind of like honored. I was like, oh shit, this is sick.
Yeah.
Oh man, great times and everything. They're just
Puggin and Lake are
definitely.
both just fucking crazy good gamers. You know what was
Yeah, like
fun to see was Puggin and Lake doing nightmare duos together in sync.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, I
The-
remember me and Lake actually started doing like 2+2 like off stream. We
Ooh.
tried to like test that, see if that had like good potential.
Yeah.
And it did in terms of seeing items because you got a lot more KC faster.
Yeah.
But like in your name, I think it ended up being like relatively the same because you were getting way more kills than just one kill in telly.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how many we were doing, but we were suicide. You'd go there, suicide and inventory of supplies.
Yeah.
And then after every kill, you'd go outside and the death person, you just take some supplies, go right back in. Because that damn run, dude. Oh my God.
It's horrible.
2 minutes to get back to Nightmare. I mean,
It
I
was-
don't have the tablet. I've never killed Fasani, but
Bro, that
Worst.
was bad. I did 2,900 solos.
yeah, I was gonna say, you know about that dreaded run. Every now and then I'd put my walk on and just like
The funny
use an
thing
item
is
on
like
it.
the run was what I looked forward to, which is horrible. That's what you start looking forward to. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I get that break of not because I would one tick flick all my kills as well.
yeah.
So
I did until I started doing the 1+1 and it
Yeah.
wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
The absolute worst of the 1+1 though is when the damn parasite spawned. Oh man, so much shit could go wrong during that.
Yep.
It spawns the
Every
black
fucking
hole.
time it
GG.
melees you to like right
Yeah.
when they spawns you.
Oh man, yeah, the melee was the worst since like one tick faster and everything. What part of the current rebuild do you enjoy the most and least? So most, I just love Chambers. I think it's the best thing that ever came out in the game. Love the speedrunning side of it and everything. That's what I'm gonna do actually. Like when I get my T-bow and Scythe, like I know like a lot of the speedrunners are solidified at this point, but I'm gonna make a good run at it. I think I could compete. Like I know all of the methods and everything. Like it's just the RNG of it. So I do want to see like how fast can I really like go in terms of like everybody else, you know? Could I get like a top run and stuff?
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I guess. Well, okay. So Octopus asked multiple things. It was like, who was your favorite streamer? And then I don't know if this was the other one that you covered. Like, I can't even remember which one you covered. But was it the person you look up to or inspired the most and favorite streamer? Was that both Puggin?
Yeah, it's got to be Corbin. Yeah. I again like I don't watch streams all that much, but like I always make it like I always pop in there, we'll say a few things. I don't ever like really chat all too much because I'm usually playing myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, if anyone's watched Corbin play, it's just he makes you feel like you're terrible. Like so good. So yeah, it's got to be him.
You know what's crazy?
And also Latius. Latius doesn't
Yeah.
get he doesn't get enough love. That man is a robot. He's so good.
He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Even you know what? I don't know if you ever watch Hauke or used to watch him. He doesn't
Ooh.
stream much.
Yeah.
Streams here. He usually just streams he's about to get a 200 mil or max another account nowadays. But
Yeah, he's crazy with all the skilling stuff. And how many accounts? Like,
he's got
I
like
don't know.
5 maxed accounts now or something. 4 or 5. I think he's on his 5th or I think he's
Man just
maxed
likes to see the
3.
number go up. Like, I don't know. Like,
You know
I
what?
could never max another account.
He is a fucking beast at PVM too. Like
No, he is, yeah.
like
He knows
total
like everything about the game.
yeah, like total fucking beast at the game in every way. And man, I don't know. I popped in. I think the first time I noticed how good he was he was doing doing Zammy flicking. This must have been 2018 or some shit, like 2017 even maybe. I don't know, but he was Zammy flicking, like shield flicking everything, doing the one tick prayer switching with after the boss dies, doing the melee stuff, and like that stuff seemed impossible to me at the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
how does your brain even like comprehend what's going on? Like, you know? Like when you watch somebody flick Bandos or Zammy before you know how to do it, it's like what what is happening?
Dude, Bodhi, even though Bodhi wasn't the one that was Reed that would do it, I remember Reed would stream and I was so like I didn't understand like how he knew. And I would ask him and it would just go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Literally just when he's gonna line up the same tick as you, you need to do this and that. And I'm just like, what? Like, what's a tick?
Yeah, that was way back when I was just a dumbass. But
yeah,
dude, learning. I'm sure you've learned how to flick Bandos and Zammy, correct?
I can. Yeah,
I'm just like, dude, that process was so like brutal at first. Just trying to go in there because there's no real guides that can explain it. It's really just go in there and figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, people watch all these guides and like
You
it
just
does
can't-
kind of help a little bit to teach you like what is actually happening. But if you don't practice yourself, you're never gonna learn anything.
Learning that was really motivating. I think I was talking to I'm a Drum. He's that clue scroll enthusiast. Does like he's trying to get himself into the Inferno to get his Infernal Cape. And I was just saying, man, like once you get an Infernal Cape, like there's like an overwhelming sense of confidence that you can learn any other thing in the game.
Yeah,
As soon as you get your
Inferno
cape, it's like
is unreal. It's so damn good. I actually didn't know. I talked to Rocket recently, and he was telling me that he actually learned Bando. Like I actually somehow had helped him learn Bandos flicking, even though I never talked to him about it. He just like overheard me like talking about how I learned it or how I saw it, and like how I like would pay attention to the ranger, and I would base it off of that. And somehow he said that like that helped him a lot. I don't know if what you base it off of or anything like that, not to go too in depth, but
I don't really know what I base it off of. I think it's just like natural. It's just like I don't even know what I'm focusing on, to be completely honest. Just gotta do it. You know,
when you get to a certain level, you just kind of know the ticks or the timing. But when you're learning, I use visual stuff. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think
I have to see something visual.
Yeah, I think I clearly use visuals, but most of it just comes down to as soon as I know I'm in cycle, I can just trust I'm in cycle. I could literally look at my own. I could zoom up all the way and just look at my character. Like I'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. The muscle memory of it.
But speaking of Latius, I popped into a Latius stream and he was killing Sarah probably like a year ago or so. Bro, the man was doing the one tick flick shit after the boss dies. I'm talking after the boss dies. He is doing a 2-tick
pipe.
Yeah, 2-tick Eagle Eye or Rigger or whatever he was using. I don't know which account he was using, but doing that on top of like just the one tick for each minion spawn. I've learned it since, and I'm very fucking proud of myself because it took me like multiple days to like finally.
Did you? Because I still struggle with it every now and then. Like I'm not perfect at it. It's hard.
No, I'm not perfect at it, but I finally understand it. It was so hard for me to understand what the hell is going on, like with all the different possibilities of cycles of like when something's attacking.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's not always the same. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not always the same, and on top of that, it's like so overwhelming. Even after I learned how to do Zammy and Bandos like perfectly, learning how to do the 2-tick with the other prayers. I know people are probably listening right now, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? But it's like. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it's I watched that and I was like, that is fucking cool. Like that is
Oh,
that like if there ever will be a new boss or a new raid that comes into the game that's like truly testing your limits, it's that. It's like to have 3 minions attacking at 5 tick intervals, but you have limited prayer, so you have to do really accurate prayer switches and shit like that where you're like turning it off and on. Like,
you see the guy who did that at 6 Jads? The entire 6 Jads, he's
oh,
doing that.
Kelvino?
Yeah,
You're talking about the
that is just
Kelvino fleet. Yeah.
yeah, it's not even like, come on.
That he has got crazy clicks.
Yeah,
Like that.
he's top tier.
Yeah.
He's one of the first Infernos.
Yeah, no, he even discovered 2-tick fishing. Like the dude's like all over the place.
What? I didn't know
I'm pretty
that.
sure he discovered 2-tick fishing. At first it was sharks, and then he discovered that there was a swordfish spot as well. So he's doing that. That's how everyone found out about it, by the way. I think it was Kelvino.
Oh, I think I did see the shark thing, and they were talking about that it was like really good, like pet raid or something.
Yeah, that
Could
was
be
how he
wrong.
was. That's why he was initially doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. I didn't know that he understood the game that much that he could like piece it together in a skilling wise.
Yeah, no, he's just fucking beast and everything. And
Yeah,
like
I guess people knew what the birds with woodcutting. He probably just put it together that way.
yeah, he
Had
just had to
some,
find the
yeah,
spot to do it. I just think like
insight.
the fact that Adwam and Jolanine and everybody like just worship him was like, dude, that says a lot. Like Calvino's a fucking beast.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And they say like I know he's like I think again I don't know much about him, but I know he kind of burnt out. But like even I think Jolanine was saying like if he came back and wanted to take world record of Inferno, he could. Like he could just do it. But I think he's like fried from the game right now or something.
Yeah. I guess Inferno World Record at this point has just got to be like down to just RNG.
No,
Like
no,
just
no,
get
no,
it.
no. Not quite. Like of course RNG you have to get good RNG. Like you can't get poor RNG is like the thing. It's like you can't get
Yeah.
too fucked over. But man, did you see the last Jolanine speedrun? He's using a fucking scythe to finish off things. So it has a
Yeah, the
tick.
tech,
Yeah. I'm like, bruh, like
the scythe tech,
we're
because it
getting
dies one tick faster.
yeah, we're getting crazy with these metas. Like imagine bringing a scythe just to fucking
But it's like risky because if you don't kill
yep,
it,
yep. Yep. And you don't have
so like,
melee gear to hit big anyway. You're just really banking on just
yeah, you just gotta like swap into it when they're like 10 HP and just be like, all right, there's no way I don't hit this.
we will get to a point. Who knows how many years down the line? I mean, of course, gear's always going to upgrade as well, but like, we're going to get to the point where, yeah, like it seriously is taking huge risks. Like, you know, some boss has like 25 HP left, and you're going to risk that scythe, you know, right then. Like, if you don't hit it, you're fucked, but if you do hit it, you're golden, you know? Like, imagine
It's
that.
kind of how like Grotesque Guardians is or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
really
world
just
record.
take the risk every time.
Yeah, you just have to like do the Sea Halley and all that kind of stuff. You got to hit those hits.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you just got to have the God run basically.
By the way, I don't know if you've done the Vorkath CA tasks.
No, I have not like
Bruh.
left court.
Mulgoat Kirby has a great guide that shows exactly what to do to get the speed run. And oh, it was so much fucking fun,
Oh
man.
yeah. I did see like the record the speedrun Discord. It does show, I think, like a lot of the combat achievements, like how to achieve
Yep.
those times or what's the best method.
Yeah, no, it shows like exactly like what the best way
Have
to do
you-
it would be.
Ever had a record?
What do you mean?
Like a speedrun record? Like fastest kill on anything or
Oh no,
any of that kind of stuff?
no way.
No?
I mean, maybe I've had a fastest elite clue completion, but no way to check that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That
Uh,
would be an interesting track. I actually did have one. And
okay,
it
I'm
was
sorry, real quick. I just gotta say, if they actually came out with timed clue scrolls, like the time you finish your first step until your last, it like starts a timer or something, that would be fucking dope. It would be complete RNG, but like you could still.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would just what if you just got the same location? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
you
like
can get the
it's
same
total
clue based
RNG,
on
but
that.
like it's still cool to do like a ton of clues, and eventually over time you'd get those good RNG steps.
Why do I feel like I definitely saw somebody do a clue where they're like, I swear their entire hard clue was like in the same dig spot or something. I definitely saw something like that.
I know Zulu has a clip where he had to dig in the same spot 3 times for a master clue.
Oh, it might have been that actually. Was that on his like group Ironman or something?
Nah,
like
that's a
that?
long time ago on his main.
Yeah, that makes sense. Group Ironman already doing master. You know, you could get away with doing a master probably at like, you know what I mean, if you get lucky steps.
Yeah.
Could. Possible.
I had a hard clue once that was 6 steps long, which is max, and they were all wildy steps.
No,
Which is
my.
crazy. Like I actually wonder what, and it was on stream. The whole thing was on stream, so like just proof of it. But like I wonder what the rarity of that is.
I would just be upset. Do you like? Yeah, I guess you're just. You can't really like tell you around too much if you're like depending on the spot that you are in. So you had to like run around a ton.
Yeah, it wasn't really a speed run clue, but it was just interesting that.
No. It's just the fact that like you know, you open up a clue, you see where you got to go, you just teleport to it. But the fact that you're like in the wilderness, like a lot of the spots you got to run to, that
Yeah.
sucks. Just annoying.
Okay. I don't even understand this one, but Lopsy asks, was the door really closed? Because I'm pretty sure we are looking at the same door that's off to the left of lights. So confused.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking
Maybe
about.
he was
He
high when he
literally,
wrote that.
he literally, I was on a like in a Twitch chat, and he was like, "I got the best question ever," and I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" And he's like, "I just posted on the question." I'm like, "Okay," and I just said like, "Bro, I don't even know what this means," and he goes, "Yeah, me either." Like, I don't know.
What the fuck?
Just have no clue.
Okay.
Uh,
Octopus has a final thing. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I'm going back to Miami. I went to Miami with my friends, and yeah, it was just so much fun. My friend Jake, like at one point, like looked at me and he's like, "I just want you to let you know, this is the most fun I've ever had in my life." Like,
Wow.
so Miami was super fun, but I mean, I was like going to bars and clubs and stuff, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I went
was ridiculous.
I went to Miami earlier this year, and oh my god, we were right on the beach.
Dude, that's exact. So we were kind of upset because when we set up the, we were supposed to have more people with us, but you know how that happens.
Yeah.
So instead of like the 6 of us, it ended up being the 3 of us. And since we waited so long, we had to like get a specific hotel, and we were trying to find a room. Dude, I don't even remember where it was, but it was, you walked out and you were 2 steps from the beach. Like the road we were on, you couldn't drive a car on.
Yeah, it's
Like,
that
it was
the
only just
boardwalk, right?
people.
Like right on the boardwalk ish area. I think that's what it's
It
called.
wasn't on the boardwalk. I don't know.
Like we were like right on the boardwalk.
Yeah, but like you were like 10 steps and you were at the beach.
Yeah.
You looked out your window and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, there's a
I'm
beach.
like, dude, we were only there for a week, but I'm like, man, like, and this was like the time when the whole entire country was basically frozen. Like, Texas had all its power outages and stuff. Like, we were literally there at the perfect time, which is total sunny. It was like 75, 80 degrees the entire week, and I was like, man, like, this really is like fucking paradise. Like, there was nobody out there because it's like February. Just go out there like right in the morning, just go out on the beach, the ocean's warm. I'm like, oh my god, like this is really fucking nice. Just be able to wake up in the morning, go on the beach like instantly. Like, I don't know, like something really cool.
What blew my mind was the water. Like you'd go so deep, but like you wouldn't get deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so
that
like
blew my
shallow. Like
mind.
you can
I was like,
really
what's
go
going
far
on?
out there.
Yeah, we had to like turn around. We're like, all right, this is, you know, this is kind of
Dangerous.
far, bro.
Like,
Yeah,
maybe
like,
some sharks or something.
yeah. I went to Puerto Rico last December. Very strict COVID stuff at the time when we were there. I don't know if it's still the same, but like, man, like you were driving around in a car and there would be checkpoints of like cops that would check in your car and make sure everyone was wearing a mask.
Jesus
You'd get
Christ.
Yeah, you'd
dude.
get fined. You would get fined. You would get fined.
You're in
if
your
you
car.
Dude, I know. And it was like if you were with your family, it was fine, but if you were with people that you weren't, I don't know, it was weird. But anyway, we went to this beach and oh my god, their water is ridiculous compared to ours.
Is it like clear as fuck?
Oh, super clear, like just it's not even comparable, honestly. It's kind of like upsetting that like They have that and we don't. It's just like,
Dude, have
where's
you ever been to
ours?
Oregon's coast? It's fucking nasty.
No. Oh man, I
It's
can't
just
even imagine. I mean,
like
same here.
there's like certain parts where it's just like foam, but there's like just dead bugs and shit, like just it's like seaweed and just foam, like dirty, gross foam on the shoreline just all the time. It's so fucking nasty, and it's ice
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, same here. Honestly, it's
Not fun.
terrible. But definitely in Puerto Rico, the water was just incredible. But there was this like one spot where like you could there was this rock all the way to the right. This is a weird story, but anyway, there was this rock all the way to the right, and like there was this like little like pathway in between it and then like another rock. So like hard to explain, but like you could like swim through it. And we had this idea that like, oh, let's see what's on the other side of this rock. Bro, good thing we didn't get closer to that. The closer I got, it like sucked me in, dude. I literally almost got
Fuck.
like flown out to sea, like
That's
from that.
terrifying. Like that shit's
Dude,
terrifying.
I'm swimming away and I'm like, yo, like if I don't like go faster, like I'm actually gonna get sucked in. Like I have no idea what would happen.
That's
I was
terrifying.
scared. Dude, I was scared. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my God.
that reminds me of like have you ever seen whirlpools? Like I saw
Yeah.
some Reddit posts. Apparently, like whirlpools happen if there's like a fucking like underground like hole that's like sucking water into.
Yeah, yeah. That
And
makes
so
sense.
like I was watching like this boat, like this guy was on like some speedboat on a lake or something, and like he was getting like twisted into a whirlpool, and you just
Oh my
basically fucking like are
God.
trapped. But he got out of it luckily. But
Oh,
like
thank God.
it's actually terrifying if you get stuck in a whirlpool, like just randomly natural whirlpool, like you're gonna get sucked in and drown, like
Yeah, the
guaranteed.
current was so strong. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my, this is literally like stronger than me." Like
That's
I need to
so
like
scary,
really
man.
pedal. I got away and I was like, "We ain't going anywhere near that." Like
Nature's
it's
fucking terrifying because it doesn't care about your feelings. Like it
yeah,
doesn't give a shit. Like
just
it'll
fuck
just
you
fuck
up.
you up.
Literally. Oh man, that was super scary.
Now that's actually like you telling that story is getting me fucking scared. Like that stuff's
Yeah.
terrifying
And
because it.
and all I wanted to do was go on the other side of this rock. It wasn't even like deep out there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
Oh,
why, just whatever it was just sucked you in. I was like, oh my, oh man. Of course, I was the one that like got real close, not him first. And he was like, yeah, get a little closer, get a little closer, get a little closer. And I'm like, bro, this is like feeling funny. I was like, yo, turn around, like get out of here. Oh, that was scary, man.
all right. Oreo asks favorite barbecue food,
Ooh,
and then on top of that, what's your favorite go-to snack food while streaming?
um, so barbecue food, I really like ribs.
Pork
Ribs
ribs.
got to
I like
be,
I like
yeah.
pork ribs.
Like I don't know, man. Just like when they fall off the bone like that.
Oh,
Oh,
so good. See, I never
so
had
damn
good
good.
barbecue until I came to Alabama.
Oh yeah,
Like I remember, I don't
yeah.
think I really. I mean, I had decent barbecue, but this shit over here, it's like there's so much competition for good barbecue.
Mm.
And you
Oh,
know
it's just so good.
the other thing I never had growing up was banana pudding. That
Really?
shit, I never had it until I was like 24. Like just
And you
never ever had it. It
liked
just
it?
wasn't a thing. So like banana pudding's fucking delicious.
Bro, I love banana bread. So damn good.
Oh, dude, have you ever had banana bread with blueberries in it?
No.
It will change your life, dude. I swear
Yeah.
it is fantastic. It's
That
like
combo.
it's like something like the tartness with the sweet cinnamon banana bread. Dude, it's like unbelievable. It's actually probably like one of the best things to eat.
My
Oh.
man's like it's life changing.
And you
That's
can just
crazy.
home make it like so easily too.
Mm.
Oh, so good.
I'm lucky that my mom used to make all that kind of stuff all the time. Like I'd just come home and she'd be like, "Oh, I made banana bread." You know what I mean? I was blessed that way.
Oh, yeah, my mom would do
So
that
good.
occasionally.
So good.
Do you
Love that.
eat during your stream?
So as I think I mentioned this to you before, like I have a lot of trouble eating and it sucks. Like eating is supposed to be such an easy thing, but it's so stressful for me. Like I don't want to go too in depth in it, but like I pretty much like choke like almost every time I eat. It sucks. So like
Damn.
when I eat so slow that like I will plan if I'm gonna stream to like eat before it, and if I get hungry during it, that's usually when I end. because it's gonna take me like 20 plus minutes to eat it, even if it's something like small.
See,
Just it is what it is.
that's gotta suck, honestly. Like I'm actually sorry, like it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
But
dude.
I still do the same kind of thing where like I'll literally plan a stream so I don't have to eat during
Yeah, I
it.
feel like even if I ate quick, like it's still like kind of awkward to be like, oh, you
Yeah,
guys can
I
go
don't
eat.
I don't
Like,
prefer to. I'd rather just end stream and eat on my own.
right. Every now and then I would do it and I'll just like turn off the face cam or something like that. But then like somebody would be like, bro, like it's been like a half hour, you still eating? I'm like, God damn it. Like stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food just like doesn't want to stay down. It sucks.
See, I have a problem because I eat too fucking fast and I can't control it. Like I can control it, but I'm a fucking pig when it comes to food. Like I will just demolish food. I don't know.
Not where you like make yourself throw up, right?
No. I just eat really fast. Like you know how people like if again, I haven't done this in a while, but like eating at a proper table with like, you know, a fork in your hand and stuff. Now when I'm a bachelor living on my own, it's like just fucking eat shit out of the bag basically. But like I'm one of those people I'm one of those people that doesn't put down my fork. Like,
really?
It's unnatural for me to start eating and then set my fork down out of my hand. Like that is weird to me. Like I just have to keep fucking shoveling food into my mouth until it's gone.
I do that too, but I'm slow. But like I don't usually like drink anything while I'm eating. Like I usually drink my drink like after.
That's what my dad does. He doesn't
Never
like any
drink
beverages.
it during.
I always drink during. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just I don't know. I just focus on the meal first.
See, I shovel food in my mouth, but I'm actually gotten pretty good at drinking a beverage very slowly. Like, and I'm proud of myself for that, by the way, because like I have a problem. Like, just anything that's in sight, it needs to get into my mouth like immediately. You know what I mean? Like that's just like it's just a problem I have. And also, I grew up not like being wasteful. And like, you know, when money was tight or something, like you ate everything on your plate or you'd get grounded.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's another part. And also my siblings were very competitive. So if like my mom would buy something good for us, it was like a competition to eat as much of it as possible because we don't get it often, you know?
Oh, you had to be the first one to do it or else they would eat it.
And so my older brother, like my mom would buy like these little frozen breakfast things that were delicious. And then my brother would wake up at like 5 a.m. And so to compete with it, we'd all have to wake up at like 4:45 in the morning before school to like fucking go in the freezer and eat like almost make yourself sick because you just needed to get it before your siblings did, you know?
Bro, if he was doing that, I'd be like, you can have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it's just the way I grew up. So like eating.
no, yeah, fair enough.
I just part of me. But drinking
each
slowly
their
is
own.
nice. I like that I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think I won't just like gulp it down, I guess. Unless like it's like I have to leave or something like that and like I need to like finish it, then I would, you know. That makes a lot of
I got
sense.
problems. But if I'm really motivated to do something, like I will say if I'm super motivated to play RuneScape or just do anything, I'll just completely skip meals.
Oh, I can't do that. Dude, I have to eat like every 3 hours.
I mean, I would love to do that, but like no, like like you've never done like a super motivated, you know, RuneScape sesh where you just don't fucking eat for a day and a half.
So like when I was trying to like lose weight and stuff, when I was going to the gym all the time, I know like some people be like, "Oh, that's when you're supposed to like eat a ton and everything." But like I guess cuz like I wanted to lose weight, I was in a calorie deficit, so like I would literally only drink a shake and have two like granola bars in the day or whatever the heck they were, the protein bars. That's all I would eat. And at first it sucked and I was super hungry, but like it's kind of weird because you can kind of your body gets used to whatever you put in it.
Yeah, it really does. It's weird.
Yeah, so if you're eating all the time like I am now, like I'm gonna be hungry every 3 hours. Like I used to eat like two breakfasts, like a lunch, you know, dinner when I come home, and then probably something before not like bed. But now I don't. Now I just eat like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah,
That's it.
My whole schedule's fucked. I don't even know what breakfast, lunch, and dinner is. I just eat whenever I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm freaking doing corp in the AM.
I'm just glad I have I don't know.
It's cool that you could stream at different times because I feel like that's like a thing for a lot of streamers. Like when they go live, if it's not their usual time slot, they lose a lot of their viewership.
Yeah, that still happens with me. I mean, clearly, like if I go live at 5 p.m., I'll definitely not be averaging the same amount as if I stream at like 7 a.m.
Right.
But that also is just a thing of like it's almost just like it's almost like a blessing because you are inconsistent. You get blessed in other ways. Like the fact that I have streamed so randomly makes it so I just have some viewers throughout the day because I just do that.
You
But
think a lot of them are just UK viewers or?
I think my morning is. I think a lot of like Europeans and Australians, New Zealanders and stuff. Like when I stream in the mornings, especially when it's like 4 in the morning. Like there's no.
You never catch me live then.
Yeah, like I will literally go live at 3 a.m. I'll literally go live at 3 p.m. I'll go live at 8 p.m. Like I'll go live at any time, but generally I think my hours, like people that know me best for my hours, is usually like 7 a.m. Like if I'm live in the early morning for Americans, like that's like usually when people expect me to be live. But yeah, it is cool being able to. That's something I didn't get first starting streaming. Like I had to go live when I was supposed to go live, like my hours.
Yeah. Oh, I still feel that way.
Yeah.
Even though like I don't stream that often, if I do and it's in the morning, my viewership will be better than if it's like later.
Yeah. It just happens. Cuz people
Probably 'cause-
like the it's cuz like the streamers that are consistent, their regular viewers are always going to go to them rather than somebody else. So
right. It's hard to gain like the people that are just like they're your viewer. You know what I mean? Like you go live and they're in there every day. Shout out Octopus, he's that man. I go live, he's right there every time, just immediately like he's gonna get a message in immediately. What do you he is?
What do you think about I don't know, like sharing your gaming? Like I don't think I really ask this question often, but like YouTube content creation, Twitch streaming, like do you think it enhances your gaming? Like if you were just to look at it gaming wise, like do you think it motivates you to game more, or do you think it almost like deters it, but there's other benefits like social aspects to it?
Oh, definitely more. I mean, I don't know. Do you mean like skill wise, or do you just mean like
No, I
how
just mean
often you play?
Yeah, just how often, just like how motivated you are to play games.
Yeah, I definitely would, if like I was doing like better on Twitch than I was doing like a week ago or a month ago, or just like, I don't know, trying to gain up viewers and stuff like that. Someone I actually saw recently do it, and his name is Dex. You must know Dex,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yep, IDEX.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've watched his like single-handedly watched his like glow up from like the usual 20 viewer Andy that like most people get stuck at to break through that and like really make a name for himself. So
Yeah.
and he's super nice guy and everything, so he definitely deserves it. And I'll tip my hat to him. I watch his clicks and I'm like, God damn, bro. He's mad good, so I can appreciate what he does.
It is cool to see people that, see people you love to watch and them actually getting some success. I think it's just like, it's cool. It's inspiring to see.
I had like one influx of like big viewership and stuff. It was the first Twisted League.
I do remember that.
I went so hard at trying to be one of the first ones to chambers because of the faster attack speed, and I just thought that would be like interesting to watch and for me to do it. Like I just thought like, could I figure out like ticks for it and everything, make methods, all that kind of stuff. And I could, and it worked out. I grinded so damn hard to get to that point and everything, and it was awesome because I mean,
you were pulling numbers. I literally remember you were like 3 digits.
Yeah. I was averaging 200 viewers, and I like was able to like literally apply for like partnership within like
Yeah.
2 weeks because of it. Because I was the only one doing it, and then everybody started like getting to that point, so it wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm the only one,
Yeah.
you know. So that happened, and the big mistake of I'm gonna go for a Dragon Hunter Lance. I should have never done that.
Ah,
'Cause I killed 1100 Hydra, never got it, burnt out.
fuck that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was okay because of like the faster attack speed, but I still use a crossbow, so it was bad. I just thought maybe if I was doing it faster, people would want to watch that more and everything. But I
Yeah.
should have just stuck with the whip and stuck with that because I mean I went from at the time 500 followers to 1.1k followers within 2 days. Like it was just
Fuck, dude.
yeah, like for like a streamer that size, it was unreal.
I think the most
Like
amount of followers I've ever had in one stream was like 200, and that was like my basic. So getting 300 back-to-back days is like crazy.
yeah, I mean, I was super like blessed that like Curtis hosted me and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it was just it was such like a cool time and everything. But like I mean, not to say that like that's my plan for like hopefully like new content in the future or something like that. But like
Yeah.
not that I don't like streaming like raids and stuff like that. I will when I get like my arcane and everything. But I'm really looking forward to Raids 3 or next release and trying to stream that kind of stuff and trying to be not to say like the first team to do something. Like that would be cool, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but just it's just so hype. You didn't play releases, right? TOB and stuff?
Nah, the only thing I did was Fasani's, and it was hype as fuck. And that was like a lower tier content
Oh yeah.
release.
You are gonna like Raids 3. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, but like
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe TOB. Like, oh my
No,
god.
it's crazy. I mean, even looking at Wooks, I mean, of course it's Wooks. He has a massive following already. So even
Right.
like I just imagine, what if you did what Wooks did on Twisted League? You completed the first raid. There's no way you would have been pulling 40,000. You probably would have been pulling a few
Yeah.
thousand. But like the fact that your Wooks is like 40 fucking thousand, like 30,
Yeah.
40,000, whatever it was. Like,
That definitely helps.
yeah, it's just yeah, so much of that kind of hype build is like, how big of a following do you already have? How much do people know of you already? But yeah, no, I'm honestly really happy that like I would love to get an arcane first. I'd love to
Yeah.
potentially get some shit before all this stuff drops, but I'm so happy that I'm finally in a position, and I've been in this position, I guess, already kind of, but like this is like truly where I feel like I have an account that can do anything on release. It's just a really good feeling to just be like, okay, oh, I'm missing this thing, I'm missing this thing, I'm missing this. Like, nah, I mean, I got a fucking Zook helmet. I feel confident that I can do anything on release. Am I still gonna struggle with it? Yeah, absolutely. But like, I used to like on TOB release, dude. I just had got my Infernal cape like a week before, and I still felt like I'm not ready for this shit. Like I don't know. It's like the lack of confidence that really like deters me from doing things on release. But
Yeah.
now I finally got to that point where like, and especially with the Fasani's thing, that really gave me some motivation. When something new comes out, it's fun. Like just go for it.
Trying to work it out with your friends. I mean, Jesus, it's just so like you never really get that back, when you're trying to learn it.
I get like anxiety when new updates hit. I think that's the thing that really kind of deters me from going hard. Like Fasani's was different because I was planning on doing that anyway. Nightmare was my thing, but like I've always gotten anxiety from new updates because like I want to have like 20 streams pulled up. I want to hear every single piece of knowledge. I want to have Twitter pulled up, Reddit pulled up, and if I'm streaming it,
yeah.
I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like streaming, like you streaming it, it's limited because most people float a Bodhi stream, Faux stream,
Yeah.
Wooks' stream. And then you got a few people telling like, oh my gosh, Bodhi did this, and you're like, shit, like I should just end my stream and just see everything, like I, like you know what I mean?
I
Though?
want to be a part of that crowd.
Yeah,
that's
like you
moving.
want to be a part of the hype, and the most hype is being the viewer, like getting to see everything at once, like.
Dude.
So that's the
like
thing that gives me
Inferno, when like Bodie's up to Jad, everybody go there. You know what I mean? Like just whoever was at the highest wave, you just
such a
went to.
fucking good weekend, man, or week or whatever. I don't know what days it was. I just remember I was in college studying for finals.
Yeah.
We were on some weird track, but
That's actually when I did my first streams was Inferno because you know, people were doing Inferno and getting a ton of viewers and stuff, and I'd never streamed before. So I was like, you know what? And it was a terrible stream. Don't get me wrong. Like my quality of everything is terrible. But yeah, I wish I did it like more towards release because like I tip my own hat. I'm decent at the game, so I would get pretty far. So I was like, man, I should have been streaming it because like I got the triple Jads pretty early, and I was like, oh, I can't even imagine if I was streaming this shit. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
definitely wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done my cape on stream because I got my cape like the first month it came out. So like I think that still would have
That's
been like crazy
fucking
hype.
nuts. Yeah, I was gonna ask like if you were doing attempts on release, like
No methods were known. Like, bro, how I got my cape, I literally was making methods. I saw somebody made like a Reddit post.
you must have
That
been.
ga-
Wait,
went
wait,
over-
wait. You got yours the first month or like first?
Yeah.
Cause
I was like maybe 6th, 7th iron.
yeah, because I was gonna say like James. I know Bad Ideas was first.
Yeah. Love James.
Wait, did you
Shout
have a
out
Tebow?
James, man. Yeah, I had Tebow.
Okay, I was gonna say like, fuck, you must have been first
Calm
ACB
down.
cave.
Calm down. It was either the first week of July or like right when June was ending.
Yeah, no,
I know
no. I
BC
mean,
Guppy got
it was-
his before mine because me and him were talking about it.
You guys are fucking beasts, by the way. Like that shit was intimidating. I wasn't ready for
Dude.
it clearly because I didn't have any like gear at the time. But like, And-
Dude, the prayer flicking, I didn't. That wasn't like what got me it. Like, cause you're too nervous and like you don't really know what's going on
Yep.
and stuff. I used that pillar that's against the wall. What is that? The west pillar?
yeah,
Dude, I used that pillar so much. I saw Bodie using it, and like I would use it to like move in the pillar to like pull them towards me. Dude, I was freaking making some shit. Like I looked at this like this Reddit post that had every tile in the Inferno and showed all like the spawn spots. And like I was like making where I should stand off that and everything.
wow.
And I was getting to Zuck, and you know, you get to Zuck, you spend 2 hours getting there. You're freaking out. And I just decided one run, I'm like, I'm gonna try Void. And I don't ask. Void Mage's Book, no shield. Literally no shield. And I got it. I don't know how.
Fuck.
Dude, my shield is going down in the picture that I killed it. Like the third set spawned was attacking it. The shield is going down. Oh my god. Like my heart when they spawned and it was like 30 HP, I was literally like screaming. Die! Like, just freaking out.
Bro, that is so cool.
Oh,
Though.
man.
Dude, you must have been a fucking walking legend. Like having an Infernal Cape on an iron, even the first year, like you were a
Yo.
fucking G.
Dude, you went to any bank. It wasn't just the Ironman. They saw the cape and they were like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who's
Yep,
that?
yep.
Like, dude, like, who is that? You come out and you'd be like, yo, what's up? And they're like, Iron. No, 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 no. They're like, what?
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
Insane. I remember like I got mine a year after, and like even then I was fucking one of the, prestigious Ironmen at the time. It felt like, because even a year in, like it still didn't feel like,
It definitely was. I don't know about you, but I could not do more than one run in a day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if I
No,
could somehow get around that.
I would only do 2 if I failed like within like wave 30. But if I
Yeah.
got past 50, now I'm done for the day. I'm
It's actually the
exhausted.
reason I got my fletching up because I would sit at the bank like all depressed at the Inferno bank,
Yep.
just not wanting to go in. Like, ah, damn it! Like, do I want to go back in?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
that shit's exhausting. In fact, I kind of like relived that kind of exhaustion when I was going for
Oh,
the
true.
combat achievements.
Yeah,
Just-
I didn't
just
even
kinda
think
like-
about that.
You have to go in. You have to do like the 50 and don't drop below 50 HP was just like you'd fail and you're just sitting there like fuck this. I have to go redo that. Like this, like the stupidest mistake where you could have just drinking a brew, but instead you try to risk it. Like oh my god, like
Yeah, I
That's-
just Sent you the picture of me getting it with my shield going down. I'm in full void range cape. Like, oh my god, so
Travis
cringe.
G. Like I said, you're a
Yeah,
fucking
Travis
G.
G. Oh man, that was crazy.
That
Shield going down, just screaming, die.
no tile. There was no such thing as tile markers at the time.
Yeah,
Like just,
you had to drop the pots, bro.
I'm
I dropped
surprised
it
there
at
was
the
even the pot method at that point because like I swear like
yeah.
before that was just fucking
I dropped it at the fifth tile because I was like, all right, if I'm past it, I know I'm
yeah.
safe.
No, but
Dude,
I
my
used to see
first
people
Zuck
do that.
run,
They'd always
my
make sure
first
they're
Zuck
one
run,
past
I
it.
stood on the fifth tile and immediately died.
Fuck man.
Like I didn't even make it to the like it went to the right. I went to the right. I don't even know if I shot Zuck. I was just trying to understand like, all right, what is even going on?
Yeah,
And
that's what's so crazy is like even me like I was using ancient guides relative to now, but like the way I understood Zook was I read a Reddit guide.
oh
There
boy.
was there was I mean no, it was an intelligently like written out guide of when things happen when. And
hmm
so I was when I was learning the Inferno, it took me like 12 days to get my cape. And I would just read that because I'm like, okay, whenever I get to Zook, I want to be able to get a first try. Took me 5 tries. Took 5 Zooks to get it, but like that guide alone was like, dude, I can't even imagine going in fucking Zook blind. Like, how are you supposed to know anything that's supposed to happen? You know?
I dude, you know what's the
Like,
craziest part about that? So you know how ridiculous BC Guppy is?
yeah.
Bro, he sent me this June 25th of it coming out and he had already look at this, he had already known all the safe tiles and everything.
Bruh.
I don't
Did he
know
get this from
how.
somebody else or did he make this? Like,
I think he made it. It was June 25th. Like it only came out like 2 weeks or something.
what a literal beast.
Yeah, I remember him showing me that and he's like, "Oh yeah, these are like this is what's like safe and everything." I'm like, "What?" Like, what do you
Shout out
mean? Like,
BC Guppy Casts. We got multiple of them.
yeah, I remember like everybody was so scared like at Zuck and stuff and I used to like I would click two tile when the shield would start moving, I would click two tiles in front of me and then I would click Zuck to attack and it would just drag you to where
Yep.
like you could shoot again. And like all the streamers and everything that was doing it, when they started doing that drag, they would click to run back because they would think like, "Oh shit, I'm going too
Yep.
far,
Yep.
too forward," and they fall behind and GG. Like you can't fall behind the shield. You got to stay like in front a little bit.
Dude, you
I think
remember?
that's what was a lot of people's problem.
Yeah. No, a lot of people just lose ticks too all the time. Like you still see
Yeah,
that.
they're not attacking every 5 ticks. They're attacking every like 8.
Yeah. Just
Huge
scared.
deal.
Following the shield too much. Like, oh my God.
No, they run to the next safe tile, then they shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
That makes me so annoyed.
Dude, have you ever? I remember when I was first learning, like, I totally understand it. It doesn't annoy me because I totally understand where they're coming from. I remember first learning Sarah. And for some reason, I think I've mentioned this in other casts, but for some reason, I was so obsessed with touching the fucking corners. I would shoot, run all the way to the corner, shoot, run all the way to the fucking corner, shoot. Like, dude, I swear I was on like a 10 tick cycle. It was bad.
So you didn't even like know.
Like, this is newbie me. Like, this is me, like, getting into PVM for the first time. I was
Yeah,
getting, like,
you weren't like paying attention that like, wait, I can attack every 4 ticks.
yeah,
or what, 5 ticks or
watched
whatever.
a Sarah guide and it was just like, yeah, just touch the walls, just some newbie guide, you know? It's not like you're ever
Yeah.
looking at anybody good. But just
Right.
just run, touch the wall, shoot. Run, touch the wall, shoot. Keep pray mage up. Eat when you need to. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, when I see it now, I totally relate because I know I used to do that. But yeah, watching like people do that bothers me in a way because I'm like, oh, you're losing so much DP. Like you could literally kill this boss twice
Yeah.
as fast if you just didn't worry about the goddamn corners. Just shoot it, run. Like just don't worry about no arbitrary corners.
It does.
Same thing with Zook.
I try not to let it like bother me when I watch stuff like that, but I'm like, God
Sometimes
damn
I gotta
it.
leave a stream if it's too unbearable. Like, I can't look at this.
Oh, that's funny.
I leave streams, by the way, if there's somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they're getting backseated by like everybody in the chat. I have to leave because it's giving me anxiety. It's like like
Usually the backseating too isn't even like good.
yeah. I mean, even if it is good, there's just too much of it, and I'm like, dude, this whole situation is stressing me out. That this person's trying to like look at all of his backseating and try to improve like on the spot. It's like, no, can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have been talking for a goddamn long time today. We have been talking, by the way, for 5.5 hours.
No.
Like me and you. Like this cast is almost 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, it's been an hour and a half before.
Yeah. We literally talked for an hour and a half before we started.
Anyway, listen, man. I'm gonna wrap things up with some final questions. Do you have anything? By the way, I need to cover that. Is there anything you would like to cover that we haven't covered yet? That like before we end.
Maybe one last thing. So someone actually so I tweeted about like buffing Inquisitor, and someone just actually replied right now saying that not everything needs to be useful or best in slot forever. If people are worried about items staying desirable, why ask for Torva in the first place? Can't have your cake and eat it too. But like I don't know, I don't know. We talked about it before, but Inquisitor, I think it should be relevant. It shouldn't just be a spec armor set or something like that.
No, but we're literally talking about this exact thing when people say, "Oh, don't use this." It's like you can have a minor increase in something to keep it in a nice. It's not even about like relevancy. It's just making the game more balanced. Like, really, you're just gonna make Inquisitors like obsolete with this? Like, like it's not obsolete, but it's like you could really make the game more. I don't know. Like you could add a lot more
like
balance.
When Torva comes out, it's like, all right, well now you just use that. You never use this. Something.
It's like, and of course you would still use it, but it's like at the same time, it's like hitting Dragon Warhammer. Is that really worth? Especially if you don't have Inquisitors yet as an Ironman, it's like you're really gonna grind out Inquisitors, and you could just grind out Torva.
Yeah, it almost makes like Nightmare like irrelevant. Which again, they are like saying Ironmen are like, oh yeah, people who skip Nightmare they win again. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they won.
Yeah, I think Inquisitors could have a few buffs like we mentioned before, but if it doesn't, whatever, it still's got its niche, but goddamn, it's not great.
Yeah, it could use it, but it is what it is. I guess it's not as cool as it was.
All right, I'm already kind of guessing who it's gonna be, but I need to ask Travis for 3 shout outs from the community. Players, streamers, content creators, like anybody. 3 shout outs.
So I missed out on his question. Kiwi, he is a good friend of mine. He's just a beast, and I feel bad that I missed his question, but it's okay. He's just a good dude overall and a good friend of mine, so he's definitely up there. I can't miss Connor or King Connor. He was always goes by, or Connor4239 on Twitch. I talk to him all the time, like outside of the game and everything. He's a beast. I love him. And the last one, this is tough. Yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna say Puggin, but I think you've already shouted out Puggin.
Of course, but like I don't know. I feel like I don't want to like say a certain person and everyone like someone else is like, oh, you didn't say me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sucks. I know, but that's why it's on me, guys. Blame me. I'm only asking for 3.
God damn it, you're making me be mean to my friends.
And it doesn't have to be top 3.
No, how about this? I'll just do this. Shout out Solitary. I love the clan. It's so fun being in there, talking and everything. Just Rob Cord and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. All right. Leave it at that.
Good shit. I was in Solitary at a point. I moved to Olympus, but I still have a fondness for Solitary. Great clan.
Right. Awesome. Love them.
Travis, it feels like we've been talking for 20 minutes. Like, it's seriously.
Pleasure.
Does it not feel like we've been talking for half the day, dude? Just
it's 11 o'clock. It's awesome.
like I've wasted your entire evening, man. I'm sorry, but
I've been killing Corp. It's all good. You helped me.
You didn't get a sigil during all this?
No, I'm up to 38 kills today, and I have nothing to show for it.
I'm almost at my monkey backpack. Got like 120 laps left. We're done. But Travis,
oh man,
for real, absolute pleasure. We'll have to get you on again. I'll have your links in the description. Twitch, Twitter, anything else you'd like?
No, I just can't wait to re-listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah, no. So everyone's probably listening to this. That we actually recorded this on Monday. It's Tuesday right now that you're listening. But thank you again, Travis. Super fun. And next week, I'm announcing it. I've already announced it fucking 3 times, but we're still announcing it. Fuse and Dwight Lowell. Yes, those 2 streamers will be on the cast at the exact same time next week. So stay tuned. We're gonna have a Twitter thread up tomorrow or Thursday to get topics. And yeah, look forward to that. And thank you guys for listening. We will. Oh, by the way, I always got to shout it out! Exclamation Patreon. If you guys want to support the Sae Bae Cast, it really does help me out. So you can become a patron, and you get access to deleted scenes. So feel free to check that out. They'll be in the description. And thank you guys for listening. Peace.